Hello, Parser people. Happy Tuesday. Happy Text Adventure Tuesday.
Happy Text Adventure Tuesday to you.
How are you tonight, Jerram?
I am feeling fantastic. I am feeling fat and happy, as would befit the mood for the rest of this game.
I mean, to a degree, we're not very fat.
We do have a hole in our stomach.
We did eat an entire 3 people. So what game are we playing?
We are playing Eat Me by Chandler Groover, a game in which we are imprisoned in a castle made of food and must eat our way out of it.
It sounds like a good problem to have, except this has been a pretty disturbing romp. I feel like it's pretty rare that I've been uncomfortable with the subject matter, not because of anything like untoward in the subject matter, just the way everything is written.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, this is a fantastically crafted game in terms of its puzzles and its thinking. The narrator voice really straddles that line between appetizing and disgusting. Too much or too much.
It has been absolutely... I like how too much it is. I mean, what else really would I want out of a game called Eat Me? Would it be such a rose so sweet? Yeah, so what did we all accomplish last game? We ate some people.
We ate quite a lot of people, I believe. We ate a honey-covered prison guard. We ate a salad lady who was in the courtyard, and we ate 4 hors d'oeuvre people. What were they? A debitas of coffee, a caviar lady, a calamari guy? Question mark?
Yeah. Squid dude.
Squid dude. And along the way, we have, of course, eaten many chocolate shackles and cheesecake doors and various kinds of cheese and anchovies and all the best things in the world.
Oh yeah, the anchovies. That I think was the most disturbing part to me.
The fact that we wore their skin, not great.
Totally normal game.
Just a traditional little parser game that we're hanging out here watching.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're in the courtyard. We have just finished eating Jenny Lettucehead, I think was her name.
Along with her babies. God, this is a weird game. Let's see. If we have we tried to go to the balance gallery since we've eaten Jenny Lettucehead?
I don't think so. We're in the courtyard. What was once a garden's now nothing but parched soil. Through a quadrant above, you can see stars. Northward, the balance gallery. Southward, the gate. Have we done everything outside of the gate, you think?
Able to go check it out?
Yeah. I think we have. Maybe?
I think there's only like 2 rooms out there.
You stand before the castle's only gate. Through this passage must pass all seeking admittance or leave, whether they be the fairest or most squalid among us. Southward, the great drawbridge has been lowered. Walk northward, noble guests, to the courtyard. Slink eastward, serfs bearing supplies, through that low kitchen door, all to their stationed ranks. So yeah, just outside is the moat, and I don't think we need to eat any more mound.
Yeah, there's a puzzle where you basically snowball shit in this game. Not great. How about we go through the kitchen door?
Yeah. The kitchen is... Yeah, we already ate everybody in the kitchen. Nobody now remains to tend this kitchen's hearth or knead the dough rolled on the countertops. Neglected saucepans cool. Flour has settled on the floor, tracked with footprints.
Right. Okay. So there was definitely a puzzle downstairs in the buttery that we have not solved yet. We had, what, tea, lemonade, beer, maybe, down there?
Yeah.
And then in the banquet hall, there was a lamp that we couldn't get, right?
The banquet hall, there was the chandelier.
Chandelier, excuse me.
Right. Yeah, I think the balance hall is the right way to go.
Yeah, let's go see what it says.
Northward, a gleaming golden door would lead into the chapel, but it's sealed. Beneath your feet, the floor is plated with silver, polished to a mirror's shine. Westward and eastward, you'll find tapestried chambers, and southward's the courtyard. So, we have to look at the floor. Your reflection, an improvement to be sure, over how you looked before. Now you've got more substantial flesh, more heft, more you to call yourself. Eat more, and you'll grow more, my dear. As you stand in the gallery, the floor sinks, and a hidden contraption echoes click, click, click. Something else clanks within the walls, but you see no further result.
Your voice is so creepy. Stop calling me my dear.
I kind of love it. I love any time, and like we've talked about this with Violet, and to a lesser degree, a rope of chalk. Like anything that has this kind of almost second person. I know it's all second person. It's like you have this, but like to actually play with that is something that I don't think most games do.
Well, it's a narrator voice, right? It's not just a second person narration. It's somebody speaking to you in the second person.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to the west, I believe, is the giant creepy cow lady, right?
Yes. To the west of the creepy cow.
What's to the east?
We can go further west to the solar. Or no, we can go up to the solar.
Did we check out the solar?
I don't think we have yet.
Yeah.
Omelets carpet the floor. A brazier crackles merrily, surrounded by soft lard couches with marshmallow pillows. In the corner, only nougat scraps remain from the cage you consumed. Southward, you'll find the Baron's cabinet. Eastward, the Scriptorium. And downward stairs lead to the western tapestry. So, like, I think we came here and then we got distracted by a guard who I think we ate. No, we didn't eat the guard. The guard fell down through the floor.
Ah, yes.
And we tried to eat it, and there was too much.
I looked up a little bit about the influences of the writing of this game.
Yeah.
And Sam Cabo-Ashwell notes that it's really similar in tone to a book that I had actually never heard of called Gargantua and Pantagruel by Rabelais, who I have. I had not heard of this book, but I desperately want to read it now. Quote, "How many times can you drown people in a torrent of piss before it stops being funny? Is not a question Rabelais would have understood."
Yeah, I think, because when was Rabelais writing? That was early, right?
Hundreds, yeah.
I feel like there was not the same kind of extremeness in something that would get like remembered. Like I'm sure people were writing that, but they were not becoming something that someone who is not well read would be like, yes, that's a name I recognize.
Charles Dickens is pretty popular in his day, right? And Gulliver's Travels has an entire piss bit. Like, lowbrow craft humor has always been, you know. I'm sorry, farts are funny. Always have been, always will be. But anyway, we're kind of we're far from the point here.
Yeah, we have
couch?
omelets. We have, the couch. We have pillows. Have we looked at any of this?
Nah, we should.
Let's X the floor. A proper egg hunt's a noble affair. You'd marvel at the spectacle. It's no mere traipse into the woods. No, it needs hounds and hunters' embraces and horns ringing over treetops. And there's always a valiant struggle when the eggs are driven from their nests. Once they've been cracked, their yolks make the most lovely rugs. Okay. X-couch. Although no one's attendant now, this solar's where the castle's gentry withdraw for a moment's calm. Little can ease a body like a warm lard couch.
I mean, that does sound extremely comfortable, if a little oozy.
Does it sound comfortable?
It would mold to you. Think about it.
One of the horrible things about me cooking is that I hate the feeling of anything on my hands. So just lard being on my skin, I don't know. That does not sound comfy.
Well, maybe you have to put on a diving suit first. We are in it. This is going to be a good one. We're in a mood tonight.
Even goose down would make a sorry bed for any head accustomed to resting upon these pillows. They're unparalleled. Do you like mushrooms? Do you like marshmallows?
Are you?
I don't know. Some people don't like the texture. Yes, pop a pillow right into your mouth. It squishes wonderfully. Pure sugary sweetness with no distracting flavors to dilute the rush.
Thank you, Chandler Groover, for preempting the thing that I was about to say. The texture for me is the appealing part. There's absolutely no flavor to a marshmallow. Things that claim to be marshmallow flavored are just sugar flavored.
I guess. I feel like there's a cream to it. Maybe it's more like the toastiness. We have nothing to burn these pillows with.
We have a brazier right there. Toss that pillow in a brazier.
Put pillow on brazier. I told you, you're going to eat. You pop another marshmallow into your mouth.
Ouch. Fuck it. Lardo and marshmallows. Delicious.
Yeah, what's this brazier made out of? Scorpion peppers scramble inside the brazier, swarming over each other with talons ablaze. One prick from their stingers would ignite your tongue. Quite ill-advised. So, eat it?
Nothing.
Wait a moment, darling. I'd caution against eating these particular peppers. Even flames would burn less. No. As you wish, but you'll feel the consequence. A scorpion pepper won't be consumed without a sting. And there's yours, right on schedule as you crunch into its claws. It's already burning your taste buds, isn't it? All moisture in your mouth evaporates. Your throat's blazing. Smoke billows from your nose and ears, and your tongue's glowing orange-red. You can't taste anything but misery, and you won't taste more until you diffuse this fire you've started inside your head. Drink something cool, and drink it quick. You salivate magma.
Okay, so we have to go back down to the buttery, right?
Oh, we could.
Or we could just go breathe on stuff.
Oh. Huh. Can we blow? No, blowing is only for onions.
Spit?
We generally want things coming in, not going out.
Okay.
Okay. My only other thought is drinking milk.
Do we... Oh, well, we can go try to find some milk. I think we know where to find it.
Yeah, but we have to go down to do that. That's why I'm like thinking something else. Like what can we do in here?
Look at the room for me again.
We have omelets. We have the soft lard couches. We have the marshmallow pillows. Nougat scraps.
Let's see. Did we check out the cabinet or the scriptorium?
We did not.
Seems like a likely suspect.
Before a giant fireplace sits a figure with proportions to match. The Baron de Boeuf at his private supper time. Oh, how he hulks above your head, high enough to scrape the ceiling where he hunched merely a thumb's breadth less. He's engaged picking morsels from a basket at his feet, packing them down his gullet with a sirloin fist. He lifts a pepper out, swallows before it's even been chewed properly.
Yaks the Baron.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be horrifying.
Keep looking. You won't douse your mouth with this.
Oh, for crying out loud. All right, fine. I guess we'll go drink some lemonade. Sure.
All right, down.
Or some milk.
South? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, the great cow is here. Drink milk. Down on your knees, you lick the floor, but there's not enough milk here to douse the flames in your mouth. No, what you'll need is an entire vat to dunk your head into. So we have to go all the way down. I wonder if we can just go straight down? No. Yes. Okay, cool. We climb between the broken breadstick grates, back to the creamery. I guess drink milk? That's it. Quick, plunge your head into a vat. Sour milk floods your mouth, drowning the pepper's sting, but not before the milk begins to simmer and boil. Thick white steam rises through the ceiling's grates. You can't help coughing from the rancid stench as the liquid evaporates. When the steam clears, nothing's left in the vat. A good thing that's over.
Interesting. What's up with the vat?
Yeah, I did not... So again, I feel like this game, and this is something that we've seen in a lot of the games that we've played, that we've liked anyway, it rewards you for doing things. Like,
yeah.
I can't imagine... I mean, it said, the only answer is to eat. Well, fine, let's eat the thing. Okay, now you have to go back and do something. Although one vat's evaporated, others are still filled right to their brims with sour milk. It might look less than lovely. It might smell somewhat more pungent than fresh cream. But a Romano is not made in a day.
But a Romano is made in a ray. Hey!
Boo. R.I.P.
So do we need to go do it a couple of more times to empty out all the vats, or can we get a vat and wear it?
Can we wear a vat?
I mean, the wearing of barrels in lieu of pants is a time-honored tradition. Ugh.
Well, eating more sour milk when we don't need to. You bend to lap the milk as you would from a trough. It's rather thick, almost a sludge. As for the taste, sour is what you expect and what you get. So, Huh.
Okay.
I think we have to go back to where we were.
Yep. This is the opening level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, because you're kind of tearing apart the castle as you're eating your way through it. Sensibly, I suppose.
Yeah. We could go down because of when we solved that puzzle. So, okay, we're back. We could eat the couch, I guess?
Sure.
You ooze into marvelous lard, slipping about with litheness like an eel. Smooth, soft, it's creamy on your skin and heaven on your tongue. But let's not lounge in idleness too long. Once more, you ooze into soft lard, spreading it on your tongue as your limbs spread over its creamy bed. You're weightless, embraced by its warmth.
Oh, like getting absorbed by a gelatinous cube. That sounds great.
Yeah. I think part of my love of gelatinous cubes is that it almost sounds like a good time.
It sounds really pleasant. Like, as long as you have a way to breathe, of course.
They are acidic, too. They do digest you.
Again, wear your scuba suit. Try eating the catch one more time.
You ooze into the lard again, devouring more as you lounge.
Okay, well, that's a dead end. So do you want to try the brazier again and go evaporate another vat?
We could. Let's try that. Eat brazier. Not again, child. One scorpion pepper was more than plenty. Okay, I guess not. Fine.
No? Alright, what's going on in the Scriptorium?
Yeah. Wisdom stored here, the richest this world knows. How to cook well. Locke's bookcases abound, with shelves exceptionally stocked. You'll find more than one page worth your perusal if you're after instruction on how to prepare, say, more courses for a feast. So we've been here.
Is this a diegetic hint system, I spy?
Do you want to eat a book?
I was going to say X page, but...
Allow me to endorse some recipes. Apple fritters, beef farced, capon indore, chowden for a swan, dowsets, galantine, garden grinds, Genoa rice, gurnard, lachrymose soup, lampreys, mortros of fish, hors d'oeuvres, pecoque, podine, pokrauts, salmon roasted, sweet milk, tarts out of Lent, and vinegar. All right. Do you think we should look at one of these?
Sure. Try pokrauts.
Take honey and cast it into a pot till it wax thick and skim it clean. Take ginger and galangal and cast thereto. Take white bread, cut 2 trenchers, and toast them to make greaves. Take thy paste while it's hot, and spread it upon thy trenchers with a spoon, wiring armor. Wearing armor. Plant it with pines and serve forth. Okay.
All right. So
I have a personal request.
please. Oh God, no.
Take lawprays and scald them by kind. Then roast them on a green urn and grind pepper and saffron. Melt it with ale. I wonder if these are real recipes.
The Prince one definitely is. I looked it up when we were fighting him last time. Lamprey. Why would anybody look at a lamprey and say, yum yum, let's eat that. Let's roast that on a green urn.
The same reason why eels are a thing?
I mean, eels at least got heads.
Lampreys have heads.
No, they don't. They look horrible nightmare worms.
They have teeth, therefore they must have heads.
That is a false equivalence, my friend, and you know it.
Hey, Roger, how are you tonight? What are your lamprey thoughts? Yeah, I'm fascinated by this entire section, but I feel like this is not helpful.
This is definitely fodder for us for like an hour-long diversion, and we're going to try to finish this thing tonight, so can we see what Gernard is?
Yeah, sure. Take him and slit... I'm sorry? Take him and slit a little the womb, and take out the gutties, and set them in sauce of salt water and ale. The sauce is pepper and vinegar.
Wish that I had not asked you to examine that. See, so hors d'oeuvres, poke arounds, and garden greens are 3 bosses so far, and I know that I'm assuming beef farce is the Baron de Boeuf.
Yeah.
Is there a cow on here? Sweet milk. Sweat to milky.
Sweat to milky. Yeah, I wonder if lachrymose soup is also one of them.
Ooh, was there something crying earlier, or?
No, it just sounds kind of horrible.
Yeah, fair.
Thank you for the follow, Lord Yama. Welcome. Hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Happy Text Adventure Tuesday.
We're playing a horrifying game.
Yeah. We are in a room full of, well, it looks like recipes. Is there anything else that we want to look at before we head?
I think I'm good. If we need to look at this book, the game will tell us to do so later.
That is true. I do want to eat a bookcase.
Oh, absolutely.
It's almost Christmas.
You want to exit first?
No. I just want to eat a bookcase.
Fair enough.
You peel a pink lock slice away from one bookcase. How thin, how delicate, how almost transparent it looks. And what a light, bright tang its brine leaves on the tongue before its fuller salmon flavor emerges. How nice. Some
yeah,
locks.
Man. How would one even construct a bookcase out of locks? You know what? Never mind.
Lots of layering.
I want to go look at the Baron.
Yeah. So we went west and south. Let's look at this Baron. What is a Baron but a cut above the rest? You'll find no figure fashioned from finer flank steak, more succulent sirloin, more rib-sticking ribs, or more chop-smacking chops. His very limbs are tenderloin, his belly brisket, and his rump what else but rump, the rarest, plumpest rump. 2 ribeyes set above fat marbled cheeks, fillet lips basted in gravy, a tongue to make tongues marinate with watering. People in his palm would be more mere prawns. He is outsized. He is prime certified. He is the Baron de Boeuf for a reason. None other can match his mass on a scale. Oh.
Interesting.
That is an interesting word and an interesting word choice on their part.
Thank you, Roger. I'm going to assume we can't talk to him, right?
We could try. Flakes fall around his sides as he unpeels a garlic bulb. Oh, he's got a basket at his feet. Let's start with the basket. An overflowing cornucopia. His basket brims with vegetables, worthy to garnish roasts for royalty. Spanish onion, green peppers, garlic bulbs, and every other minute down the Baron's arm comes reaching down for another bite. He swallows whole.
I think I know what we have to do.
We have to eat the basket and then be eaten?
I was thinking we go get the eggplant skin from the kitchen and then hide in the basket and try to get word.
That is a plan. I like that plan.
That is certainly a thing you can do in this game, I think.
You might go northward or southward. We can't... Can we go further southward? Oh, we can. You tiptoe carefully around the flames. Sweat beads your brow. Heat ripples in the air above the hearth. Stand far against the fireplace's rearmost wall, where barbecue sauce oozes down the bricks. There you'll have space to skirt the blaze. Northward, you'd inch back to the Baron's cabinet.
Cool.
What are we wearing?
Sauce? Oh, we're wearing eggplant.
Oh, how nice. Yeah, let's eat sauce. You plant your hands into the sauce, lean forward and lick. Mesquite flavors, both savory and sweet, thrill down your throat. You'd gulp this barbecue sauce by the gallon with delight. There's something strange, though, underneath the sauce. Eat more sauce. Solution to all problems, eating. Hello, what's this? You keep licking until you've licked the last glob from the bricks, and then you stand back, cleaning your fingers. Here, at the fireplace's rear, you found a concealed door built into the wall. Its opening leads down into a narrow spiral stair. Down?
This is going back to what you were saying about how well crafted this game is just on a design level. In the last 20 minutes, we've now basically unlocked 2 puzzles just by kind of messing with the environment, which the game gives you an incentive to do with this beautiful writing. It's really elegant.
Yeah. There's never... As I've been playing that wonderful BBC micro game that you basically were like, no, this is not happening.
Charming.
You know, one of the things that this does in particular, and it's solely because there's, you know, it's 2017 when this was written. There's no file size limit that's meaningful. You will never hit a file size limit when it comes to a text-based game at this point. So like there's not, I would assume that there isn't much in the way of like mechanics here. It's just text. Because it blocks off all the other mechanics, really.
And what you're left with is sort of a purity of thought, like just pure puzzle construction.
Yeah. Well, let's go down.
Hell yeah.
As you spiral downward, the air cools. That's iron you smell, little one. No wonder when the walls run red, your footsteps slide on bloody flags, and every corner's heaped with broken bones. Midway down the hall rests a great cow, whose bulk traps her within the room, pinioned between the walls, unable to reverse and see what's happened to her southern side. She has been hacked. She has been half butchered. her ribs sawn and her muscles rent to leave a cavern in her flank. Oh no!
Boy. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where we are right now, and I'm just gonna say, remember how I said there was one puzzle in this game that kind of stuck in my brain from the first time I played it a few years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. What this game is doing is, like, the voice is doing something deliberate here. It's playing with this intersection of, like, delicious food and, like, then also too rich, too much, overgorged, and the connection of, like, that richness with, like, basically kink. And it's not just porno. Like, it's doing something kind of, like, interesting and deliberate. But then this passage is maybe the one passage where it gets, we've been friends for a long time, and maybe I just might meet this for a moment.
Oh, mighty cow, what meat you provide. You are a meat-filled mountainside. Miners could labor underneath your skin, unearth cuts marbled with the finest fat, translucent, white, creamy, carve brisket from your bones, and wield pickaxes for kebabs. You'd feed 1,000 mouths and more. You've already yielded meat by the ton. Now here, my dear, is something worth dropping your jaw over. No common cow can open her body for a market.
Well, you want to enter the cow?
Yes. Enter cow. Although you can't push past the cow, you can climb into her. She's been hollowed out by blades, our fatted calf. Her insides emptied, but for some shunned viscera. Every steak carved, each muscle stripped, her skeleton still holding shape despite its vacancy. Her chitterlings coil against her great mammary glands. Okay. Normal things. X steak. My dear, there's no steak here. It's been butchered.
Oh, did she give birth to the Baron? God.
Her 4 stomachs are missing, yet her intestines remain. They are a slimy avalanche whose lengths have slipped where the other organs were. Wet ropes in pink and mottled blue drooping across her memories and massing at your feet. Well, I guess there's no other choice. Are there any other nouns before we do this?
No, I think that's all we got.
An udder seen from the inside. No teats to suck, just slick flesh mounds, ligament lashed to her pelvis. They hardly hang. Rather, they rest upon her inner skin, covered with chitterlings. I guess...
Rabelais. I'm feeling a lot of, like, Francis Bacon, Bosch vibes here.
Yeah, definitely that, like, reveling in...
grotesqueness.
Yeah, but also that kind of, like, mundane grotesqueness, like, in the sense of, I mean, butchering an animal, no matter what, is a brutal process. You are better than I am. Better than I am, and do vegan January. And I totally get it. You also consider oysters vegan, so...
Are vegan. I'm sorry. They're animal, like, they're plants. They're not actually animals. Listen, I'm not going to derail the stream with my speech, but I just want you to know that I have one, and I'm prepared to deliver it. I think we gotta eat the memories, man.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been stalling on this for a minute.
Open your mouth wide for a bite and try to chomp into her memories. Your teeth slide down their mounds, breaking no skin. At best, you pinch some in your jaws before it snaps back into place. You do as well chewing rubber. Deep, lowing rumbles. Moos heard from inside. She's felt that prick on her udder, no doubt. Oh God, she's still alive?
Do it again? I mean...
You bite into her memories once more, and once more your teeth fail to puncture flesh. Another moo resounds. She feels the pressure, certainly, but milking her udder outside while you pinch her from the inside will prove quite inconvenient on your own. So it sounds like we need to convince the other cow?
I thought this was the same cow.
Well, like, we need help in
Yeah,
what
you're
we're
right.
trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind at the moment. And frankly, I'm okay with leaving this one alone for a minute. Oh God.
Eat chitterlings. Heft an intestine in your arms. Its weight struggles to slip your grip. Bite down and chew and tear, and then surrender when it doesn't tear. You cannot chew. Your bites aren't strong enough. All right, let it slide back with its brethren. Lifting this chitterling has plastered you with gore. A splendid bouquet for a carnivore.
Okay, so we're all bloody and gross now. Maybe you want to go hide in the basket?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but he was eating vegetables, I think. But worth a shot, I guess.
We can always clean off. In what exactly, I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, for you guys who are new to the chat, not all of the games that we play are this weird.
I wish they were.
Yeah, honestly, no, this is awesome. Like, incredible craft in towing the line between haha, what the fuck, and haha, fuck yes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we go up. Let's look at ourselves. Yeah, so we are slathered with gore.
What do we use that for? Oh, weren't there crows outside, like eating bodies and stuff?
Oh, there were.
Yeah.
All right, how do we get there?
I think north, then what? Back to the top of the landing and down.
Inside a cow. Outside a cow. Inside a cow. Outside a cow. Yeah, okay. So we need to go up. We need to go north to the Baron's cabinet. Northward, we would go back to the solar. And then we can go down from here. Yes?
Yeah.
So we're at the Western Tapestry.
Then we go east to the Balance Gallery and I think south to out? Yeah.
South to out. South to the gate. East to the kitchen door. Up to the pantry?
No, I think it was just back down to the courtyard and then out the gate, right?
Oh, okay. Out the gate. Yeah, right. The fondue fens. Your footsteps crunch across the bridge. Wasteland, blasted and bubbling with molten chocolate bogs. Steam rises to the stars. Across the fens, impaled at every angle, skewers thrust into the ground, the night sky silhouettes human corpses. A carrion crow perches atop a nearby skewer, picking for supper. Northward, the drawbridge stretches back to the castle, and a downward scramble along its embankment would see you into the moat. Well, eat a crow?
We can give it a shot.
Fresh gore! Fresh gore! Caws the crow. I smell fresh gore! I'll follow you! I want fresh guts for my supper! Take me to find fresh guts!
Boy.
It flaps over to land on your shoulder. Soon it has pecked the gore from your body. My dear, you have a pet.
I think I know where we can find some guts.
Guts, guts, guts. All right. So back north. Back north again. West. No. North one more time. West. South to the Great Hall. Blood! Blood! I smell blood! Caused the crow, rising to flap southward. Feathers fly as the bird finds itself close to bitten in half. Flown too close to those massive jaws, you greedy fowl. This cow could graze treetops if she were so inclined. Yes, that's smart. Flutter back. Now the crow's on your shoulder again. Around, around, it caws. Take me around. So we have to go up. No. Up to the solar.
Yep.
South. Shall I compare thee to a summer's brunch? He asks the plump onion. Meat! Meat! Caused the crow, flapping towards the Baron, but it doesn't manage a peck before the Baron smacks it from midair. It scuttles back into the solar to escape. I thought I caged that crow, says the Baron. What a nuisance. Can we just eat the Baron?
Sure.
It's just meat. What's that prick in my skin? Asked Baron de Boeuf. A gadfly with an appetite? A little leg chomper? Get out, you brat. I'll crush your skull. Okay. Okay.
I think we need to take the crow inside the cow.
We do. But we have to get... The crow flew back to the solarium.
Shit.
So we have to deal with this guy. We are no longer covered in blood. So I wonder... Enter basket? You heft yourself into the Baron's basket, tumble down amongst his vegetables. But you're not there one instant when he grabs you in his palm. Bratwurst fingers surround you. You've raised almost to the roof to meet his maw. An aubergine? He says, lovely. He swallows you. You slide along esophageal membranes until you're emptied out into the Baron's first stomach. You've been engulfed into a butcher's dream. Steak galore, walls plastered with pastrami, roast beef pillars rising into porterhouse arches, meatloaf squishing beneath your weight. Gravy saliva gushes from the Baron's throat above. Around you floats debris from his past meals, broken chairs, bedposts, bookcases, curtains, even one rotting horse still tethered to its cart. He's eaten more than vegetables in his heyday.
It's the meat circus.
Oh no.
Okay. So I'm assuming we have no exits, right?
Yeah, no, none that were said.
Oh boy. Well, you want to check out, I guess the stuff seems like our most reasonable options here, right? The chairs, the bedposts, etc.
You're sinking, darling, down into the gravy, deeper through the meat. Muscles contract around you. Somewhere, some great sphincter opens and squeezes you through the tube. There's no time for sightseeing when you're being digested. At every side, smashed architecture leans. Castles entire piled against cottages and mansions and wrecked towers whose spires jut through cascading acid falls. A countryside ruin lines this stomach with toppled walls. Rumbles upset the rubble. Stones clatter and brickwork breaks. The Baron's working to process more than tonight's supper.
What, like his family trauma?
What if we try to eat something?
Sure.
What can we eat?
Rubble?
Rubble? Another vegetable comes down the pipe and clobbers you. This one's a great potato. What a bump it makes. Again, the Baron's gut convulses. More muscles contract, and you're sucked through another sphincter's lips. Now you're in deep, and not alone. Halfway digested heaps gleam in the dripping dark. Look closer, and you'll see them looking back. They moan, although they won't move far, not rendered into chyme. What was an oyster duchess leaks across a lobster gentleman's boiled red claws. Oatmeal courtiers have softened into sludge. Rooster feet twitch, tendons gelatinous. They've been stewing.
I think we just need to wait.
Yeah, I think so. How many stomachs do cows have?
4?
4?
That sounds like a good number.
Eat feet. They may have feeble hands, these eaten souls, but they have hands and hands and hands.
This is hell.
You're swamped, pulled deeper by hands. Hands until you can't glimpse anything but hands. And then the suction's got your feet, and slurp, you've gone downward once more. All's calm here in the Baron's deepest pit. No clutter but a single candle burning on a small table. A black figure sits at that table, carving vegetables with knife and fork. It's blacker than a shadow, blacker than blackness. Its silhouette resembles the Baron.
X figure?
Yeah, good thingy. As you watch, the figure cuts an eggplant and lifts one slice to where most people have mouths. It has no features, no contours illuminated by the candle's flame. All lights absorb completely into its shadow. It doesn't eat the eggplant. No, instead it shifts to look at you, lowers its fork again. Now something spreads across its head, little white teeth smiling. Your vision's filled with the figure's blackness. No matter where you turn, there's nothing else. You cannot see the candle, or the table, or the stomach that's enclosing you. You've been swallowed again. Nothing but nothing surrounds you. A darkness deeper than the eyeless know. Well, dear, you're in a pickle now.
No, we're in a stomach. You just told us.
Boo.
Well, shit.
Eat.
North?
Okay. Yeah. You wander through the infinite darkness.
Oh boy.
Wait, one moment. What's that? Something else swallowed into the dark. You're drifting closer, or perhaps you've always been this close. In fact, drifting's hardly the word. Your feet might be on nothing, yet they're planted firm. My goodness. It's a woman. She's known better nights. She's swooned, frame wasted thin. Each muscle's just as visible as through her, though her flesh were flayed, and lines divide her body as they would a butcher's chart. Spotted gossamer silk trails from her horned headdress. Please, please, she says, take me away.
Oh no.
I guess we do this.
Yeah, I don't see anything else to do.
I'm not even myself, she says. It's been too long. I'm spread too thin, trapped in here. And out there. Open your mouth. I'd rather be anywhere else. It's not polite to make a lady wait. She crawls into your jaws, one stomach traded for another. No sooner have her toes slip past your lips than the abyss shatters. You're weightless, falling, shadows splintered, and your impact punches back through the Baron's belly. Light blinds you. There's the roaring fireplace, and there's the Baron de Boeuf roaring too, with stomachache. He can't contain what he's consumed. His bottomless guts bottomless no more. Doubled over, he heaves his own insides out through his throat. Gravy and steaks and sausages and meatballs and roast beef. Everything that he's ever swallowed. Everything from his basket. And your mouth's open for the feast. When he's finished, you're finished with him, and he's finished for good. Fourth course eaten.
Nice.
Without the Baron here to dwarf its size, the flames seem to lash higher than ever. Let's get our bird.
Let's get our bird.
And not talk about that.
Oh, we have to go eat another chitterling first.
Oh, do we? I guess
think so.
Maybe not. Let's just try to eat the crow. Guts!
Nice.
Guts! Take me to fresh guts! I don't know why this crow isn't, like, the best character. Alright. Cool. We go down.
Soft spot for Dame Demitas.
I mean, it's interesting to me how much character gets packed into every description. Even though they're pretty much just items to be eaten.
Yeah, I think part of it is the reliance on stock characters, right? Like, so as much as we're talking about Francis Bacon and Rabelais and stuff here, like, this owes as much to Aristophanes. Like, the absolutely bawdy, like, crass humor, which makes heavy use of stock characters, and then also the very active, just on a sentence level writing style, where you don't have a lot of ises or wases, but you have, burrowing through the moves, well, R is not a good example, but like, resting, and I was gushing about this last time. The actual style that the prose is written in does so much to draw you into this weird story, as much as the actual mechanics of the puzzle themselves and moving around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. The way, and we've used a lot of, like, unintentionally, I think, punny kind of, like, adjectives about the way everything is written. But I genuinely don't have other words to use. Like, the way that it... So, let me ask this about, like, other Chandler Groover stuff that you've played. Is it this specific? Because this feels... in a way that I think a lot of Parser games in general don't have. This feels written for this game. Like, the writing style is specific to this and wouldn't work, I think, in other games. Is that kind of his whole deal?
Yeah, absolutely. The maximalism and the grotesqueness and intensity of the prose style is definitely there. Midnight Sword Fight is the other one that I would recommend. And it's this kind of fall of House of Usher vibe where you are fighting and or fucking your way through one time-frozen moment of this body, over-the-top medieval party. Toby's Nose kind of does the same thing, where you play Detective Sherlock Holmes's dog, and you're sniffing your way through all of the pungent and, odoriferous and terrible smells of London. Minimalistic he's not. Put it that way.
Yeah, so like, even though this feels written specifically for this game, this is just his style is just being a lot.
I think it probably turned up a little bit, specifically because of like the setting and the the concept of this game. But nah, this is just him.
Brad. It's kind of like when you see another, like you see something that was very specific to a creator, and then you realize that that's just their deal.
Look, I'll admit it, I still kind of have a soft spot for Tarantino. Pulp Fiction, fucking masterpiece, right? Like when he's on, he's on. You can't deny it.
Yeah. So we saw some of this, but abattoir, calls the carrion crow. Gore, I'll eat fresh guts tonight. It flaps ahead, ripping strips from the cow. Once it finds the wound carved into her flesh, it burrows through, plunging into the carnage with a scavenger's hearty passion. As for the cow's response, her moos are thunder booms.
Boy, here we go.
Well, it's time.
I think we need to go inside.
Oh, right. Bloody plumage thrashes your face. Claws pinch and sling intestines left and right. Your pet crow's gone berserk, slurping down chitterlings like worms, jabbing its beak and talons into the cow's massive glands. All this madness must put immense pressure on her udder. Southward's your only exit. Take it, dear. Oh, we have to go back around.
Oh.
All right.
It's funny, like also just in terms of pacing, because we were talking about how this is not open world exactly, but of the core, 5 or 6 puzzles that you need to solve, I think only one of them is gated. You can solve them in any order. But just because, we progressed from fairly innocuous to full-on body horror, right? And so you start off like, oh, here's a fun little, one-word parser game. Oh, I have chocolate manacles. I'll eat my way out of them. A guard. So lovely. Oh my god. What is happening? And the escalation feels...
Yeah, the escalation, I think, is a perfect, word for it. Because it's not just that it's super maximalist. It's that it starts you, just like you said, with chocolate manacles. And you have bits of discomfort mixed in. But no, we just got eaten and reverse ate our way out, and now a crow that became our friend because we were covered in gore is eating the inside of an already butchered, still living cow. Am I understanding this right?
Clyde Barker would be proud.
So we're in the solar. I think we can go down. I think we can go south. Her eyes follow you as she moves with discomfort, as though pleading your assistance. Eat, Udder.
Oh boy.
Now she starts to stream. A subtle spurt at first, but stronger as you squeeze her teats and pull white jets from her nipples. Not pure white, no, but tinged with mild, luscious yellowness. That's fat for you. Rich, creamy fat to thicken every squirting line whose liquid sprinkles onto your lips. Harder you pull, more resolute with every tug, twisting her teats downward to aim their milk into your mouth. High overhead, she moos, and her moos resonate throughout the hall. Within the vault, rumble the walls. Guzzle as quickly as you can. There's more milk than will fill your throat, spilling over your lips to splash the stones. All your milking's done nothing to empty her swollen teats. They bulge. She moos. Your arms ache as you pull that massive pink udder. Now her nipples are blasting milk across the flagstone floor, spray scattering, splattering walls, raining over the room. She tries and fails to readjust her weight. She can't shift her hooves. Moo, moo, you cow. That's it. Push out your milk. Spill everything. Yes, eyes shielded from the spray. You're almost there. One final tug, one last twist on her pinkest teat. She moos a long, low-lowing moo. You wanted this. Oh, how does one say no? Yes, that's it. Take what you will. Drink me, I'm yours. That's why her udder bursts. That's why she's here, to be emptied. Milk crashes from her body. Black and white spots sag. Her skin shrivels, merely a husk to house the fluid frothing at the walls. Flagstones clack loose. Vaults groan, buckle. An ocean uncorked churns inside the hall. Bones flotsam on buttercream. Tides whose waves submerge you as the castle cracks. An undercurrent snared you, drawn you into the whirlpool. Around rushes the cream, with force to whip its foam. Custard cascades into the moat, with squawks a panic crow, wings to the waist as wings collapse. My word, she's a mudslide in milk. Rooms compromised and crumbling, debris and cottage cheese flooding your mouth. Sprawl where you've fallen. Spread your arms. Embrace the avalanche with open jaws. Drink deep. Drink well until it ends. You'll never savor dairy more divine. 5th course eaten.
Nice.
We're at the moat. Milk runs along the moat's bottom, and from its surface rises a night soil mound that not even a flood could wash away. Scramble upward again and you'll regain the fens. That was something.
That certainly was something. Let's go knock out the 6th course.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Where is the? Have we found everybody?
I think we can go to the balance room now, right? Because we've had all the courses.
Yeah. All right. Courtyard, balance gallery, X floor. Your reflection, splendid, superb, spectacular. You're thick in all the right places, larded to a magnificent degree by the 5 courses you've finished. Think how plump you'll become after the last. You stand in the gallery, the floor sinks. Click, 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 click. Chains rattle inside the walls. More mechanisms groan above the golden door, beginning to lift its gigantic slab. But then they stop clicking and the door doesn't budge. Eat door. Biting's useless. Licking's fruitless. Your teeth don't dent the gold. Eat floor? As much as you may lick the floor, it's already impeccably polished.
Well, shit, I got nothing.
This game is absolutely a joy to read, though.
Yeah, it really is. Was there something maybe in the Scriptorium? I'm trying to think where we haven't like fully. The only places I can think that we haven't fully explored are the Buttery and the Scriptorium.
Not only the Great Hall is gone, but the entire western wing. There's naught left but the gap cleft in the castle's side. Loose masonry. Wind whistles from the fens.
Well, shit. What are our exits?
We have south to the courtyard, east to the tapestry chamber, west where the castle is collapsed.
What's the...
That's the first tapestry. Oh, we can still go upward into the bower.
Oh, yeah.
Overhead spread the nighttime sky. What once was a bower is now mere rubble with crumbled walls. Bathed in moonlight, beside the brink, weeps a phantasmal gray lady. Oh.
Was she there?
I don't think so. No castle is complete without its wailing rampart ghost. Ours glimmers silver, clad in countless spoons, with spoons linked into her kirtle, and spoons for ruffles at her sleeves, and spoons cascading to her phantom feet. Her broken heart beats battered in her chest's tureen. With every sob, her eyes stream consomme. Her steps would clash, dippers for hands, her head a great ladle. Had she more form than fog, but there's nary a clang from her kitchenware chains, only an endless tearful ladling. Have you ever played the game at a party where you intentionally use the wrong word to see if somebody's actually listening to you?
I cannot say that I have.
Yeah, like you just keep choosing words that like have the right pitter patter and see if they call you out or like have some kind of reaction. And either they have a reaction and you can be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and never do it again, or they don't have a reaction and you have amused yourself for like 45 minutes.
I have never had that experience, mostly because I use the wrong... I have malapropism almost constantly with no prompting.
I mean, that's true. Just the phrase, only an endless tearful ladling. Like...
It does sound like it would be right, huh?
Okay. We need to get her in a bowl.
Yeah. Is there anything around here like a bowl?
There's moonlight.
Did we try to eat the moon already?
Yes, we did.
Well, shit. Let's check that sky. Can we X sky?
Sure. The stars cluster thick around a glowing moon, just as a knightly order once assembled at a round table. That order won't assemble again soon.
Okay. Let's eat that moon.
High in the skies, a giant pie outshining every star. Look at those graham cracker craters, those chocolate Maria glowing with marshmallow. How close the moon's dipped this evening. Its circles nearly cradle the top of the castle.
Boo. Obviously, it's cheese. 0 out of 10. Everything's gonna set this game rescinded.
I do like, though, that it never has gone to the obvious. Like, you would think that the whole thing would be eating eating the cow itself. And no. The answer is drinking the milk, I guess.
Guy made out of the cow.
Yeah, or getting eaten by the other cow. It's not, they're not going with, say, like, oh, the moon is cheese.
Byron DeBoeuf's supposed to be a cow himself? I thought he was like a weird meat guy. I guess technically all of us are weird meat guys.
Yeah, I mean, don't think about it too much, but you do have bones.
Mm.
The bones are inside you, always.
The hill I will die on is that skeletons have been treated as a comedy horror movie character for way too long. There needs to be a serious, like, horror skeleton movie. Think about it. It would be so scary.
I mean, but the problem with skeletons is that they have no brain.
I mean, that or the zombies.
No, zombies have brains. They eat a lot of brain. Brain makes you smart when you eat it.
We're operating on different zombie rules, but I will allow the argument. Okay. Can we try to eat the moon?
Yeah, we got moonshine out of it last time.
Oh, nice.
1 moonbeam's enough for 1 night, I should think.
Says you. I know when I've had a fucking enough.
Neither one of us has ever had to talk the other one down from that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if we go west, we have... Why don't we read that one?
Oh, yeah, good call.
Read Lacrimosa. Read book. Take a fair spirit and steep her in yon moonshine.
Hey.
Take sorrowful onions and minister them in thy spirit's sauce. When her broth weeps, then ladle her and serve it forth.
Sound like any soup recipe I have ever heard in my life.
I mean, yeah. Take broth. When it's done, hey, you have soup.
Okay. So I guess we need to go back down to the basement and get an onion, right?
I guess. Is that a sorrowful onion?
I mean, she's pretty sorrowful.
But we can try. Eat onion. Eat onion. You munch another onion, blow before its odor fades. So east, north, east, up, up. Blow? You blow out the onion's tear-jerking odor. And as it wafts toward the phantom, she begins to sniffle. Ah, well, a sniffle's not enough. But wait. Her sniffles turn to sobs. Her tureen heaves. Her spoons tremble. And onions no cause for sorrow. But even the smallest teardrop can ripple into memory. Her memories flood through her eyes, unleashing tides. Drink, drink, my darling. Drink while her soup's hot.
Ghost of. Are we eating somebody's grandma?
No, we're just eating her tears.
Like that's better.
Wonderful soup. Beautiful soup. Pouring in torrents from her eyes. Stand underneath and let her teardrops rain into your mouth. Oh, woe, she cries, and every cry is another ladle's worth spooned hot onto the bower. There's consomme, of course, that classic broth unparalleled. But as her sorrow deepens, more soups cascade down her cheeks. Bisque, bouillon, even bouillabaisse. Quickly, before her sorrow cools, you'll never sample stock as rich as those sobs splashed across your face. Don't let them waste. Broth beaded with clear, floating fat. Chowder enriched with butter. Seasoned plentifully with pepper and sea salt. And onion soup, creamy and gratinade. Watching you slurp her tears, she wails again. Oh, woe! Oh, woe! She's leaking minestrone and borscht, crying crab, carrot, okroshka, gushing goulash and gumbo with gut-wrenching gasps. She's not meant for this world. Her sorrow's steep too strong. You're sucking her into more tangibility with every slurp. Oh, woe, she weeps, with leek, lobster, and lentil stew pooling below, an oxtail and split pea outpouring from her chest, and shark fin clinging to her chin. More soup. Lick every silver spoon. Take no regret. What's done is done. Only, I beg you, please, strain everything. Simmer the pain. Reduce me until nothing's left, except the reduction, my dear, more important than before. Oh, woe, she wails. Oh, woe, oh, woe. Her broken heart's boiled over. Brace yourself. Lamented fate, what cauldrons you stir in the soul. You've no compassion, no remorse. What you've got is an artist's sense for when to sprinkle melodrama's spice, when to thicken a broth with wretchedness. Our ladling ladies overcome with tears to bring the bower down. Soup runs over the rubble, streams into the stairs. Bread breaks as the floor crumbles underfoot. Phantom screeching splinters the moon. Stew nearly drowns you with every swallow, but you're not drowned. You're buoyant, unspooned catharsis. Threads float around your sides, unraveled from a ruined tapestry. Sopped chambers sink. Waves flush you ashore in the undercroft. And with one final keening shriek, the castle's ghost is gone. Nothing now but a memory left on your tongue. 6th course eaten.
Hell yeah. All right, S tier soups, go.
French onion soup.
Yep.
Other than that, I honestly do not have strong opinions on soup. I have a mustache, and therefore soups are like not my favorite thing.
Call him a soup strainer, baby.
Yes, but it's really embarrassing when it actually happens.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
Soup is not a date food, that's for sure. But tomato soup, A+. Just like a nice chunky tomato soup.
Actual tomatoes in it.
Well, yes. Like, not like Campbell's chunky tomato soup. Although I've had plenty of that. No shame.
Most bisque style scoops are just kind of an excuse to drink a bowl of heavy cream. Which, no smoke. If you want to do that, knock yourself out.
Yeah. I mean, chowder. I mean, on the subject of just drinking a bowl of heavy cream.
Yeah.
Some of the vegan chowders I've had rule, though. Like, coconut milk goes a long way.
Abso-fucking-lutely, man. And if you want to branch out a little bit from there, like, any of your coconut-based Thai soups, like your tam kha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, do you remember? Do you remember that Thai place that was on Maple?
I do. I like that place. It also had breakfast for whatever reason.
Heck yeah.
It was also one of the few places in New Orleans that was not very packed for, 10 a.m. on a Saturday. And sometimes when you've had a big Friday night, sometimes you actually just need some Thai food at 10 a.m.
Yeah, solid pho is absolutely an S tier soup.
Oh, God, yeah.
And, like, the thing that makes pho different from just a good, like, chicken noodle soup is truly amazing to me. It actually, to have, like, basically the same ingredients and to come out so different and, like, requiring a totally different, like, garnish, truly wild to me. It's, like, my favorite thing in soup. Or really in cooking is, like, when you have the exact same ingredients and you turn it into, like, 4 different things that are, like, wildly different.
Publish my coffee table book, The Unifying Theory of Global Cheese plus Carbohydrate. Think about it, man.
I mean, I think about, like, specifically Middle Eastern cheeses and, like, mountain cheeses. Yeah, fair.
No, you're totally right. Seafood gumbo, absolutely S tier. Chicken sausage gumbo, A tier. But pho, it's the king of soups. That absolute precision of technique that you need to pull off a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
One last soup. You know that salted cod soup?
Yeah, shoot. Baka something?
No idea. I just know it as that salted cod soup.
Yeah, my brain is telling me it's baka lueja or something like that. Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
Soups around the world.
Excellent. Okay, so we have the Undercroft. We need to go up, but the creamery and the armory are gone.
Yep, Millie.
Hi, Millie.
Okay. I guess we go back to the dungeon then, yeah?
I guess?
Oh, we can't go up from here.
Changed.
Well, shit.
Nothing's still changed.
Where we started. What about the torture chambers? Yeah, we were talking about the escalation of the grotesqueness earlier, and it did have a cheese wheel filled with corpses in the opening scene. So I'm not really sure how shocked we should be.
That was tame, even though it's, I think, the, like, most genuinely gory thing. I say that.
Yeah. Okay, this is the onion room. What about the other one?
Yeah, we've got that's the toothpick one.
Shoot. Should we eat an onion and blow on the corpse? I'm grasping at straws here, y'all.
Okay. Perhaps there's another way back upstairs. Debris from the Great Hall has packed the creamery. There's nothing left to see and nowhere left to step. All right, nowhere to go but southward. So the only thing that I can think of...
It's got to have something to do with this Iron Maiden, right? Or Pastry Maiden.
Yeah, I guess. An Iron Maiden wouldn't do in this dungeon. Not when one could construct a cage as fearsome with pastry. It's massive and blood encrusted with a toothpick spiked interior. Atop its bulk sculpted a head with a disdainful attitude. You wouldn't wish her favor or embrace it upon yourself.
Remember what the Dormouse said. Eat that head.
All right. Danger wouldn't dissuade you now. You bite the Pastry Maiden's spikes, pull backward with your teeth clenched down, and what should reward your determination but a secret door sprung wide. A panel swings out with the corpse still skewered on its frontmost side, and behind that panel is a passage heading south.
Like exceedingly smug right now.
You walk into the Pastry Maiden and darkness envelops you. Never fear, feel around. This maiden must lead somewhere else. Aha! Here's a wood panel at the back. With a heave-ho, you push it ajar and step southward into another room. It's the buttery.
Nice.
Right. Okay.
I knew there was going to be some payoff to the buttery.
Oh, the greatest barrels open to reveal a hidden passage to the north, which is how we got here. Upward, a staircase runs into the kitchen.
I wonder if we could have unlocked that from the other side.
I wonder... We did drink all of the 3 barrels.
Maybe if we had tried to, like, drink all of them. Which, presented with a barrel of lemonade, I could probably put a pretty decent dent in it.
That is pretty true. Okay, so we can't get to the banquet hall this way. Westward to the castle gate. Northward to the courtyard. Northward to the balance gallery.
All right, endgame.
Your reflection is perfection. As you stand in the gallery, the floor sinks, and chains click, 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 click behind walls. Contraptions groan, balances shift, and the great golden door rises. Mist, sparkling with frost, rolls over the threshold. Snowflakes brush past your cheeks. Bright light streams from the space beyond. Northward, the castle's chapel is open. My dear, look at you. I can shed a tear. You've done it. Conquered the castle. Cleaned out the rooms as a good child ought to clean a plate. Only the greatest eaters pass the balance gallery, and you've proven your stomach's worth. You are a champion. Come, my sweet darling, approach. You might have finished dinner, but there's still dessert. Everything's laid for you, my dear. You're brilliant, bathed in rainbows shot through stained sherbet windows. No matter where you look, ice cream shimmers. Popsicles drip and glisten from loggias overhead. I couldn't be more proud to see you now. A luscious furs draped across the altar. Let's start with that fur.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think a rodent would have such sumptuous fur, but this royal fur is better groomed than any mortal king's coiffure. It's found a higher purpose here than its skinned bearer could have given it. Now, what it needs is something fitting to adorn its spread. Just one tip for my golden verge and... a shining droplet falls. There's a soft hiss. and then a jeweled cup steams where it struck the altar. The cup is rose red with beatings in it, as if the drink were alive. All the walls in the chapel dyed with rosy colors leaping from the cup. It's haloed, holy, and it's yours.
I feel like this is a trap.
Well, do you want to eat ice cream? Or popsicles?
Always.
Your jaws make the best scoop to scoop these scoops. And scoop they do. You dive into the ice cream, digging deeper with each bite, devouring vanilla and chocolate and mint and strawberry. Your excavations unearth cookies and cream and salted caramel and peanut butter and butter pecan and pecan praline too. Well, there's a cup.
So I'm going to give a... So I don't actually remember the details of this. I do recall there are 2 different endings depending on the actions that you take here. You want to save... Just out of curiosity, because I'm enjoying this and we're ending a bit early. Let's save and see what happens.
I've got a shorter Chandler Groover game as well.
Nice. What did you pick out?
Course you would ask that. I will remember it when I see it.
No worries. Okay. Well, we have a save state. I guess we'll drink the cup. Oh, Logia.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, Logia? I mean...
According to Wiktionary, it is a gallery or room with one or more open sides, especially one that forms part of a house and has one side open to a garden. That does not sound delicious.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, let's eat the cup. Well, what else?
I'm trying to remember what the other action is. Perhaps eat the altar or tip over the cup?
Eat rainbow? As rainbows arc onto your tongue, reds and yellows and blues splash down your throat. Greens tickles. Purples slip. Your teeth shimmer with indigo and orange light. Eat popsicle?
'Cause it's so edible.
Were you a popsicle kid?
Oh, I'm a popsicle woman, baby.
Fair.
Like they're God's perfect dessert.
I think you and I had different popsicles. Mine were just Kool-Aid.
I maintain there probably is like a $12 a box equivalent of this, but Otter Pops for grown-ups. That would be amazing. Think about it.
What would you have to do to an Otter Pop to make it for grown-ups?
I mean, less red number 5 or something resembling something that's been in the same room as a strawberry?
But red number 5.
To each his own.
You break a popsicle to suck. They've no sticks on the inside, only solid ice, and you lick and lick as brilliant flavors melt across your tongue. Sweetness that's not too sweet, coldness that's not too cold, with just enough resistance to make biting a delight.
What else can we eat in here? Look around.
Sherbet windows.
Sure.
More rainbows arc onto your tongue. So,
groovy.
Ice cream, popsicles.
I think the ice cream and the popsicles are probably infinite and give us the same reaction. What if we eat self?
First, you put a finger in your mouth, and then your hand, and then your arm. You keep going until you've swallowed your entire body, filled your proportions out again with yourself slipped into yourself. Goodness, my dear, that looked uncomfortable. At least it's done no lasting harm. You see, that hole in your stomach already has you, doesn't it? And you already have it.
We gotta eat the hole.
It's in your stomach already, although it wasn't a hole when you swallowed it. No, it was an assurance you'd have all you ever wished to eat and more. Now, it devours whatever you do.
Did we X the altar?
You wouldn't think
Not just the
a
fur.
rodent would have such sumptuous fur, but this royal fur is better groomed than any mortal king's coiffure. It's found a higher purpose here than its skin bearer could have given it. Wait. Let's just try northeast southwest. My dear, you have arrived. Oh my, did I forget to mention that the door had closed? Never mind that. You don't need to go anywhere else now.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, let's eat the cup.
Yeah, sure. Do we know what's in the cup?
Nope. As you lift the chalice, what's inside shines bright as fire, and you start to tingle as you sip the hot beverage. It's something that you've never tasted, very sweet and foamy and creamy, and it warms you right down to your toes. What you've imbibed is power. Nothing else compares. Your veins burn and your eyes blaze from the drink. Give it a moment longer and your vision will torch holes through this realm's veil. You see, darling, you've never been alone. Not even when you found yourself enchained in that dungeon. I've charmed each challenge and chamber especially to test your appetite. My hosts have been your spectators. Now, you'll perceive them too. Here, dear, I'll guide your gaze aloft. There they are in the loggias, crowding to gain a better view. Their gray faces and hairy hands and glittering, flittering wings unfold from hidden regions as your perception sharpens. What rascals, slapping their knees with delight. Oh, how they hoot and howl to see you sweat. You are sweating rather a lot. The chapels groan from cold to piping hot. Popsicles trickle, ice cream melts, sherbet runs into puddles that bubble, and your pores ooze grease thick enough to fork. You're sweltering. Hold still. You need more time to cook. You're roasting as the chamber roasts. Flames lick your flanks. That scintillating scent is your own sausage sizzling. You ought to see yourself, darling. You'd salivate. You're absolutely succulent. Every instant, your glistening flesh plumps more wonderfully. Listen to those hurrahs. There's mayhem in the loggias, cheers and trumpets and whistling, and down they pour to surround you with revelry. At long last, you've crisped properly. Your steaming pork begins to cool, although your fat's still popping up as it fries inside your skin, and every courtier bows to kiss the ground beneath your hooves. They're groveling in your honor. I knew, as soon as your hunger had summoned me, that you'd triumph.
Is this the good ending?
From this hour, you'll sit at my elbow. Your childhood, your innocence, your past been baked away. But you've no need for such burdens. I'll cover you with the fragrant cloves instead. It's the rare mortal that ascends to the sugar plum fairy's court. Only a handful in 100 years have managed it, and you've made them a mouthful this evening. But years are mere nothings. Let hundreds, even thousands pass. One night, another starving soul will dream a road to my castle, and I'll dress every chamber with candy, fly bacon standards from spires that stretch into the stars. As long as stomachs grumble, mouths must eat. We'll always have a feast. Deliciously ever after. Credits. Eat Me is copyright 2017. It was made for the 2017 IF Comp. Many thanks to Brandon Rushton, Daphne Diederich, DJ Hastings, Charles LaSure, Hannon Undersek, Eli S., Victor Sobal, and David White for beta testing. Nathaniel Rhodes' gender options extension made the programming for pronouns much more flexible. The game's cover image is modified from Summer, 1572, by Giuseppe Arcimboldo. Recipes in the Scriptorium were adapted from a 15th century collection. Gentile Manley Coqueret, and copied of the Sergeant of the King. Preserved by Samuel Pepys in the 17th century, and archived by Gode Cookery.
Good.
Good?
Good.
Good. If you want more edible castles, you should read The Vision of Mac Congline.
Fuck, yeah. I read that actually in an Irish literature course in college. It is a old Irish poem about a guy who wakes up in a castle full of food. I cannot believe I didn't make that connection. Delightful. Yeah, what a game. I looked it up, by the way. Did we eat the shadow in the Baron's stomach?
Yes.
Oh, did we? Okay. Well, it says that if we did that, we can get secret ending.
Did we not do that?
I knew I wasn't misremembering this. To get the secret ending, you eat the shadow in the Baron's stomach and then attack the narrator. But how do you attack the narrator in the chapel? How do you do that?
Oh, because the narrator's in there with you.
Oh,
like
fairy.
It says that.
But you don't get her name until you finish the obvious ending. Yeah, I want to see this. Restore and try to eat fairy.
Okay. Why, yes, I'm here as well, darling. How clever that you thought to notice me. I've whispered words into your ear to weave your story from the start, but it wasn't my place to stand beside you during your trials. They were your own to face, and now you have. Adorable, I should call you impudent. You'll never reach me, darling, even near as I am now. Your stomach might still rumble, but I put that hole into its pit, and it won't swallow me. It hasn't the capacity to hold a true monarch. No stomach has. I'll pardon your mistake. We all make them. Now hurry, drink. So we have to eat the fairy in that room?
That's what it says. Are we sure that we ate the shadow? Can you scroll all the way back up?
I can try.
Sorry, guys. I know this is scintillating viewing for all of our hundreds and hundreds of viewers here, but now I'm on a tear.
No. Scriptorium, Bower, Balance Gallery. One of the things that I'm fascinated by though is that it's a really good map in that there is stuff to do everywhere. Every room effectively has a purpose. Even the connecting rooms have something.
Yeah, Roger, you're so right. This is... I haven't played, all of Chandler Groover's stuff, but of the stuff that I have played by him, this is the most him that I have found.
We cannot scroll back up.
Boo. Okay.
Let's get all the way back to the bottom. Okay.
Well, my curiosity aside, I guess what else can we try? Eat narrator? Eat voice? Eat...
Enough delay.
Hey, Dick, we didn't ask for that.
I'll
Not
lift
you.
the chalice for you. Put it to your lips. There now. Isn't it nice? What's inside shines bright as fire, and you start to tingle as you sip. And then we're back into the...
Oh, can we eat the fairy now? Try eating her again. Fuck it.
Nope.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, so I think we have to eat the fairy in that one room, in that one moment. So instead of eating the shadow, we eat the fairy. Because there's a line that says that the fairy is there, that like the narrator is there with you.
And I'm here too. Right, yeah. Well, we quick saved just the wrong moment, as I've done 100 times in my gaming career.
At least we saved.
All right.
Yeah, I think. All right. So here's.
So we play this from the beginning, right? Like, obviously.
Yes, read it all through.
100%.
Yeah, new game plus all that. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take our break? And I have a 2020 game by Chandler Groover.
Sounds like fun.
That is not Parser based. It is Twine.
Interesting.
And we haven't done Twine in a while.
It's been a minute.
So yeah, so we're gonna take an early break, and then we'll run through another game by Chandler Groover, which I'm really excited by.
Jelly, yes. All right. See y'all in done.
All right.
Look, all I'm saying, Arby's fries are apparently kind of legit.
Apparently, Arby's fries are great. How dare you?
One of my favorite traits of the New Orleans subreddit is that whenever anybody wanders in posting like, I'm here for a conference, where should I go eat? The responses are unanimously the Arby's on Canal.
I mean, I won't say that the Crystal on Bourbon was not like an extremely regular haunt for me.
Oh, you see some interesting things at that Crystal Burger.
It's also open 24 hours, which not everything is in the quarter, at least food-wise.
You're relegated to either that or Clover Grill. And frankly, it's different kinds of drunks.
I liked Clover Grill.
I mean, who doesn't? Come on.
All right. Do you want to do one more weird Chandler Groover game?
Always.
All right. So we're going to do another all caps game name from a couple years later. Good. It's nice and big. I like how big it is. But such rumors are only rumors, repeated by wild-eyed sailors and fringe marmalade makers. No creature that size could survive without the most prodigious diet, nor has a sighting been made in recent memory. Any visitors to the valley, especially those with delicious flavors, may travel safely with the assurance that this guardian is on a very, very long furlough indeed. So I guess we can only click one thing. Jelly. A love story. Pop. Splatter. Bubble. Yawn. Such a strange dream. You were sitting on a checkered blanket. You were holding a terribly greasy fruit. Now the morning sun is in your eyes. Stretch your limbs. Stretch your jelly limbs. Stretch your delicious jelly limbs. Rub your eyelids. Rub the lemon zest from your eyelids. Another beautiful morning.
What a beautiful brain.
Yeah.
I want to meet this person.
Yeah, I'm curious because we had this with Lost Pig, where pretty much nothing other than Lost Pig that Admiral Joda did was as well regarded.
Hota, I think.
Hota?
I wouldn't point it out, except they pointed out on their website.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Like, there's one thing below a couple things, I guess, below 4 stars. But it looks like nothing below 3. Oh, the math one is only 2.5, which makes sense. Math is hard. So I'm just curious, like, what is it? Just favoritism, or like what really makes? Because I mean, what is it? 32 games in less than 5 years.
Oh wow, is that his oeuvre?
31 games in something like 5 years.
That is 31 more games than I have written.
Yeah. And I mean, not small games either. I mean, Toby's Nose, I assume, is pretty long. Some of these are actually, most of these are working with other people. So like he submitted to Cragna Manor, the Ryan Veeder and everybody else game. He did some work with Fail Better.
That does not surprise me. The tone of his writing is very Fail Better.
Yeah, I never connected it really, but that makes sense. And it does count multiple Fallen London exceptional stories.
I've already gone on my rant about that series, but why don't they just bundle everything up and release Fallen London, the text RPG? I would pay $50 for that and play the fuck out of it.
I was actually talking to somebody about like games, and they brought up Sunless Seas and why that was so successful, but it didn't. It's interesting, they were talking about how it felt like a online game except for the actual game part. But they were with me. They actually liked the actual game part, which I was surprised at.
The rest of us over here will be not wasting our time. Sorry, that came out unnecessarily harsh. What I meant to say was the rest of us over here will be saving multiple hours spent cruising at approximately, half a mile per hour across the gigantic map.
It does such a... we have had this discussion.
I will
so
have it
many
again.
Times. It does in a way that not many games do. It does such a great job at making you feel like you're alone and there's no hope in a way that I find so compelling. And like, I'm playing, I found a version of basically Escape Velocity that's modern and works. Called what is it called? I've been playing a ton of it. Endless Sky.
Hello.
And like, it doesn't do that thing that Sunless Seas in particular really, really does, which is make you feel utterly hopeless. Which is unfortunate, because I think that kind of space privateer, I mean, effectively Sunless Seas is also like a privateer sim.
Mm-hmm.
Or a space trading sim, or whatever you want to call it. But it just doesn't have that like hopelessness that I think is so important in Sunless Seas, and so important in that like style of game, because like even Superluminal Vagrant Twin had a little bit of that. At least I felt. Where like, you know, you need to manage things. You need to manage your fuel. You need to manage like all of the things going on and think about all the missions that you have. And like, it's a struggle to remember all the missions. These are all things that I think like you kind of need to have. I don't know. I think pretty soon, I think the next game after the X-Files, we're going to do Privateer, because I've been meaning to play it, and it seems fun. And I want some Mark Hamill in my life.
Who doesn't? Go gelling. I will say that I have checked this one out before and loved it. I will say also it's a little longer. I think this might end up being a two-parter from the back half.
Interesting.
And we'll see. Maybe,
does it get choicey?
Oh, it does.
Okay.
It's actually, this could be really interesting to talk about just from the construction of it, because it does that rear thing. Excuse me. It's making Twine do something that Twine is not very good at, and accomplishing it to a remarkable degree.
That's cool. Yeah, because the reason why I kind of let us get off track is that I was worried that it was just a, click to get more story thing, which I'm fine with. But cool.
No, I have never actually successfully beaten this game. I tried it. I tried it once, couldn't get past the final puzzle. Liked it so much that I tried it again a year or two later, and that final puzzle again stymied me. I was doing everything it told me to do, but maybe two heads will prevail.
Yeah. Well, there's sunlight buttering the hills, seagulls wheeling over the beach, luscious citrus rind simmering in your caldera. You are fresh, newborn, and the lonely valley is a lovely destination for a stroll. No ancient forces hungrily guarding the landscape or anything like that. You have places to go, people to meet. You have picnics to prepare. Of course, you were dreaming about a picnic. Perhaps you can have one today. You know the perfect spot. You'll just have to gather the necessary things before you melt again. You can only visit 5 landmarks before you melt, but there's something wonderful about melting. No matter what, you always trickle home. Molten pools bubble and burp, splattering the rocks with fruit preserves. Nearby, someone has hammered a wooden sign into the ground with the words, "Do not swim." Well, molten pools. Citrus rinds and gelatin. You're too drippy to visit more than 5 landmarks without melting back into these pits. With each step across the valley, you'll leave more you behind. But bodily dissolution never stopped you before.
An absolute fever dream, just right from the jump.
Quite literally, yeah. No, I love his... In these 2 games especially, like, the commitment to different protagonists. Like, not a person doing a thing. Which I think, like, far too many games have that as the protagonist. And I think we had this a lot with, like, Lost Pig, too. Like, the protagonist drives that. Mm-hmm. Because they're slightly different. They're not your standard, like, interactive fiction protagonist.
Nameless, bodiless avatar.
Alright, do not swim. Very considerate. Anyone who isn't a jelly, like yourself, would have a hot time in these pools indeed. Alright, go for a walk. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places we can go. Do you have a choice? We have the Frog Temple. We have the mountains. We have the Hollow. We have the picnic spot. But I think we have to do other things before we go to the picnic spot. Shipwreck?
Sure.
Shipwreck.
Shipwreck.
Oh, cute. The little dude drove around. Talk about a rough landing. The ship is smashed on the rocks, left high and dry after the tide ran out. It's a galleon. You could climb aboard. There's not one living soul, only ripped sails and rotten wood. There's the captain's cabin dead ahead. There's a hatch that leads down to the hole. And there's a warning note stabbed into the hatch door with a knife. You could always take the gangplank back to land.
Check out that note.
Yeah. Stay away. No trespassers in the hold. Those biscuits belong to us. You've been warned. Well, do we go against the warning or do we go to the captain's cabin?
What's the worst that could happen?
It's the right way to play. Nobody takes our biscuits. Nobody. We are so hungry we can smell you. Yes, your jelly would go so well with our biscuits. Yes, we'll follow you across the land until we're satisfied by a little lunch to quench our hunger in this horrid hold. Do we run or come closer?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to get Ed if we come closer, but sure.
They grab you. They're not gentle. Skeletal hands which stem from skeletal arms cram you to skeletal jaws which chomp and chatter and chuckle as they devour you down in the dark, down in the hold, where even the last stowaway rodent died decades ago. And you finally melt. Well, that's life when you're jelly. You melt, and the footsteps you tracked across the valley also melt. Your liquid flows back underground towards the pits. But whatever you accomplished it. Sometimes you might have to melt to succeed, and it's still a beautiful day. Arise from your simmering sauce. All right, do you want to try that shipwreck again or somewhere else?
Shipwreck, and check out the cabin.
Got it. Captain Bones is still here, sitting at his desk. He's trying and failing to write something with a quill pen. If only I had some more ink. Tadpoles are bursting with ink, aren't they?
Voice.
If only I had a tadpole.
Nice. Yeah,
Okay, so we need to get a tadpole. This desk could be more organized. Waterlogged diary pages are scrambled higgledy-piggledy with crumpled notes. Bird droppings are spattered across tattered books. And there's the bird responsible, a dead parrot buried beneath a paper avalanche.
It's just pining for the few words.
Leave him alone, says Captain Bones. He likes it there. What about the diary pages? Ahem,
Sure.
says Captain Bones. Those are my research materials. I might be persuaded to let you browse if you give me some ink.
Okay.
All right, so we need to find tadpoles. Where would we find tadpoles?
In the holler?
Yeah, let's try that. We got the hollow. Silver webs billow from trees whose branches entwine overhead. There's the merry droll teller, sitting upon a stump, puffing a pipe. Bundled in silks, satins, brocades, tassels, swaddled too thickly to glimpse his features. Only smiling eyes beneath a plump turban. I will tell you a tale very droll, very nice for a price. So if we have things, we can give it to him.
We don't, so we can't.
Okay. What about the frog temple? That should have tadpoles.
Oh, right. That would be an obvious choice, wouldn't it?
They're pretty small. Two guardian frogs squat beside the temple door. Its walls are stone slabs, wet with slime. Tadpoles swim under placid ponds. Tadpoles! You peer into the water. They're congregating around a giant pipe at the bottom, something apparently connected to the temple's plumbing. If you could turn that plumbing on somewhere inside, you'd blast these tadpoles right out of the ponds, into your grasp. Alright. What about these guardian frogs? Orange, enormous, with yellow beards and fiery eyebrows. If lions were amphibians, these frogs would be lions. Must have tribute, they croak. Something slithery, something salty, something from the sea. Okay, so we need eels. No admittance, croaks one frog. Tribute first, croaks the other. Okay, so we need eels.
Okay.
Covert Cove?
That seems like a place where you might find an eel.
Beneath a rocky ledge, beside the sea, a great mermaid has withdrawn her considerable bulk to comb her hair. White seashells litter the beach.
Oh, we needed a shell for something, right?
Yeah. I think we can get money for it. Or something?
A tail.
The shell, one sticks to your hand. Great. The great mermaid is clammy with scales, pale and massive enough to mistake for a whale. She moves her tail through the surf. Her necklace, living eels. Where did you come from? How adorable. You should climb into my mouth. It's been a long time since I tasted jelly.
Well, we're about to die in like 2 turns anyway, so...
Alright, climb into your mouth. You ooze into her mouth, seep through her pores until her body glimmers and her scales shimmer, slick with aspic, burnished with sunlight as she reclines against the sand, licking the last dollops from her fingertips. Your jelly leaks into the land again. and you finally melt. Your jelly runs under the valley, pooling back towards the pit. A rise from your simmering sauce. Okay. So we're still... She has eels.
Yep.
But we need to give her something.
Can we go back there and see if climbing into her mouth, like, disposed her more favorably towards us?
Maybe. Summertime. Now I remember how it tasted. Oh. Wait a minute. Hang on.
Can we just grab one of the eels?
Yeah, wait a minute. Pours oozing translucent jelly. Her necklace, jellied eels that slip and slather her collarbones with glistening sludge. Summertime. Now I remember how it tasted. We ought to have a chat. I think I like you very, very much. One wriggles loose and plops into your hand. So we have an eel. Do we want to chat with her?
Yeah, why not?
I know all about the Lonely Valley. It wasn't always this lonely. Do you have anything to discuss? A conversation starter would be nice. We could discuss the eel or nothing.
Sure. I often discuss eels.
Do you like them? I wear them because you know who likes them, or liked them. Or maybe you don't know. Maybe you should. You should, especially. I still remember wearing them to the summer dance. One slipped loose and flopped right into the punch. They're better than pearls, anyway. So we can discuss different things with her.
Go grab a shell.
We can't grab a shell.
Oh, shit. Oh, right you are.
Okay. We can leave her alone. Oh, seashells. One sticks your hand. Perfect. Go for a walk.
We're only penalized against the move counter when we move. We can do whatever we want inside of the one location.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So we have the eels. That's what we need for the...
Yeah, let's go try the temple.
Right.
ASCII motion map is adorable.
Yeah, it really is. It's like such a subtle thing. All right. 2 guardian frogs. Give tribute. Let the ritual commence. Both frogs prepare their implements, their unguents and their astringents. The eel doesn't look thrilled by the table they set, nor the settings they lay, nor its place in the center between those burning candles and that whirling contraption. What is that whirling contraption? It bounces and knocks all the silverware onto the floor. The frogs take no notice. Their hands are clasped in prayer, and they begin to chant. Ribbit. Incense and screams drift into the blue sky. There is not a cloud anywhere. When the frogs are finished, they lean against the temple wall and smoke 2 cigarettes. They're discussing tomorrow's financial forecast. One glances at a wristwatch. Oh my, what do you think? Time for a drink? The other nods and they hop off away for a picnic. So we can get the flayed eel again. Oh, we can go into the temple.
Eel?
Get the eel. Above and around the doorway, glyphs are chiseled, elaborate zigzags with hollow channels. And in these channels, the eel's flesh is embedded.
Oh, God.
Stretched and spread until its still twitching tissue has filled their patterns. One eyeball rolls in a skull that's no longer a skull. Cool.
I love this.
Nothing remains to block your path. Step into the darkness. Why, the darkness isn't dark at all. You see glyphs glow and pulse along the walls. They stretch down galleries. Their flickering symbols brim with something liquid and alive. You could study them for hours. Stairs spiral deeper underground, and back where you came from, there's still a rectangle filled with daylight. The temple door. Well, go deeper? Feel like we shouldn't study them for hours.
What's first gonna happen? We turn into jelly?
Yeah, but then we have to do everything all over again.
I mean, the frogs have fucked off over to the picnic area, so hopefully we don't need to do that side quest again. But your point is taken. Let's. I feel like we're gonna be back here anyway. Let's go downstairs.
Oh.
What? Oh.
Oh.
Hmm. Just gonna take a quick screenshot of that. But which way do you start, though?
You start all the way at the bottom.
Well, yeah, but do you go... What is that, the mountain on the top right? So do you go to the mountain first, and then loop around to the cove, or do you go to the temple first, to the cove, to the mountain, back to the pits? You know what? We'll try that later.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't go to the temple first anyway. Because we need the eel that we would get at the mermaid.
Got in front of us here, and then when we melt, we'll try this the star pattern.
Don't mind me while I also take a screenshot. I was drawing it, and then my pen decided to explode. All right, step back. Yeah, stairs spiral deeper underground. Beneath the valley, a network stretches for miles. There are things like pods or coffins or sarcophagi stationed at intervals throughout the corridors. At their network's center, a black monolith presides. Pods or monolith?
Monolith. Monolith.
Here lies Brigadier General Bones, cartographer extraordinaire, linguist par excellence, whose love was never lowercase. May his bones rest in peace. Each pod, or coffin, or sarcophagus is hollowed in the middle, and each hollow is shaped in the precise outline of a human silhouette. Try slipping yourself into a pod. Try absolutely nothing of the sort.
Pod.
You spread your jelly as well as you can. It's not enough. You're too small to fill even a single pod, let alone every pod in this massive network. You need to bring an entire crew of corpses to do that.
Crew of corpses we saw with the pirate zombies?
Oh, yeah.
And what did they want? They wanted biscuits?
I'm not sure what they wanted. Food?
I think they thought that we were trying to steal their biscuits.
Yes.
Okay. Well, grab that. Can we grab the flay eel?
All right. No, we can't.
Okay.
We've used the eel.
What about the tadpoles?
We have to turn on the plumbing.
Okay, and how might we do that? We'll just fuck around a little bit. I feel like I think that one thing that Groover is really good at, again, is creating a world that's very responsive and puzzles that are tricky if you put your mind to them, but the world is so responsive that you end up getting kind of led to the right path just by exploring.
Yeah. So to that, we haven't gone to the burnt hill. We also have not gone to the picnic spot. And also, the shipwreck is not on this map. So picnic spot or burnt hill?
First one then the other.
Sure. Let's go to the picnic spot. The perfect spot for a picnic. Green grass, warm breezes. 2 frogs are sipping wine on a red and white checkered blanket. Ribbit, says one frog, swirling the wine in its glass. Ribbit, says the other, looking mournfully at some scones on the blanket. The scones are inadequately frosted. Both frogs turn their bulbous eyes on you, with expressions somewhere between imploring and accusatory. So we need sugar. Interesting. We've not been to the mountains yet. We have not been to the burnt hill.
Yeah. Burnt hill because it's closer, and then mountains. And at that point, I think we should dissolve, if I'm counting right.
Yeah. Rusted rails run through the ground. The air ripples around a half-buried engine, which clatters and clanks like an old jalopy. Oh, interesting. The engine thrums, some cord deep inside still alive. The iron grill across its mouth is red hot. Red bars caging a furnace whose inferno is living redness. You could toss something into that core if you were so inclined. We have a shell.
Really?
Red fractures spread, hotter, brighter, whiter, until the shell splinters into smoking shards. We now have ash.
Do we need ash for something? Was it the storyteller?
Yeah.
Cool. Toss the ash in there? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Ash to ash and dust to dust. Oh, well, now we have nothing.
Oh, well, shit.
Well, we could toss ourselves.
I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen if we do that, but YOLO.
Yeah, why not? This thing clearly hasn't been greased in ages. Really greased. The way an engine was born to be reached. Such a shame. So yeah, YOLO. You stick to the iron bars, evaporating on the grill, smoke wafting from your jelly as you bake and burn inside the engine's mouth, until you are only a scorch mark on the metal, until even your scorch mark flakes away, and you finally melt.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to follow this map?
I do.
All right, mountains first. Enter. Dizzy heights rise into peaks, pinnacles, white snowcaps topped with red cherries like sundaes in glacial goblets. You can climb a path that winds between the crags. Red stars radiating from just behind the peaks. All right, climb a path. Higher, higher, colder, colder. Everything glitters in this hidden glade. Sugar snowflakes fall, sitting upon a boulder. Sitting upon a boulder, there's a crystallized figure. So do you want the sugar first?
Yeah, because we need that for the frogs.
You catch one on your tongue. The crystallized figure is crystallized ginger, to be precise. Its arms and legs are ginger roots, imprisoned in a sparkling frost. It cannot budge an inch. Lower, lower, warmer, warmer. Okay. So we did that. We need to go to the burnt hill. Apparently. That is not the direction that it took. But I'm trusting.
I wonder if you need to go to the hollow first.
You know, that makes sense. Oh, wait. You know what? No. I bet we need to melt the sugar. Toss the sugar. No. Now it's just the ash. All right. Well, let's go to the hollow and sell that ash.
Yeah.
Oh, we need both ash and a shell to do that.
Ah, shit. Can we make it to the cove and back?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have the shell and ash. Let's go back. Oh, no, we finally melted. Okay, let's try this again. So we had the mountains. We climb a path. We got the sugar. Maybe we go to the picnic spot next?
I don't think there's anything to grab at the picnic spot, though. Or are we trying to follow the map again?
Trying to follow the map. I'm intentionally reading something a little weirdly.
Okay.
So we have 2 frogs provide frosting. No sooner have you frosted the scones than 2 elastic tongues latch out to snatch them in 1 second flat. Not even a thank you or please. And you could give these frogs a mouthful if you had a mind. Woo! Choices. You're welcome, said sarcastically. No trouble at all, said passive-aggressively. I've never seen such inconsiderate amphibians. Not even a thank you or please, said with the tiniest temper. Say nothing. Be the bigger man, person, creature. Nothing is ever gained by being passive-aggressive.
I'm inclined to agree. Let's try to be the bigger jelly person right now and see where that gets us.
The frogs blink slowly. One manages to lick its own eyeball. They hop away, leaving behind their checkered blanket. Good riddance. Yeah, let's go to the quite inviting checkered red blanket. How lovely. You settle down on the blanket. There's still a basket here, filled with delights, but you'll need a few more things. We need everything. We need the shell, the eel, the sugar, the biscuit, the tadpole, and the ash. All right.
That's more things than we have room to get.
We'll figure it out. Let's have a walk instead. So I will be honest, I lost the map.
No problem. I think that we've messed up the. Yeah, I don't see. The problem is it's different dimensions in the map than it is on our screen, right? So I think it goes mountains, burnt hill, cove, temple, jelly pits, I think.
All right. So we should go to the Burnt Hill next?
Well,
the only thing to do there is turn things to ash.
We went to the picnic spot first, which isn't on the route recommended by the map.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've messed up this run, so we can just kind of do whatever. Have we visited everywhere? Yeah, we have.
Let's go back to the shipwreck and see what they need.
Yeah.
Climb aboard. Captain's cabin. He needs tadpoles. Because the hatch, we can run. Zounds, they chase you from the ship. A shambling, hungry horde, hot on your heels. But you can outrun them. Just barely. For now.
Ooh, run to the temple and try to get them to run into the coffins.
On it. They're still behind you, shambling sailors. Quick, through the temple door. You dart into the darkness. They flood after you, mounds and mounds piling through the doorway. They clog it with their undead bones. They fight and bite amongst themselves, struggling to scramble free, until their clog explodes, crashing down into the deeper chambers. One by one, they snap into the pods along the walls, like magnets clicking into place. Their bodies are a perfect fit. They don't care about you at all anymore. They only want the pods. They are desperate to enter the pods. They smile and lie back and groan with pleasure. The pods envelop them. The pods close over them. They keep stepping into the pods, one by one, until they have all been contained. The temple is quiet. They smile and lie back and groan with pleasure. The pods envelop them. The pods close over them. They keep stepping into the pods, one by one, until they have all been contained. The temple is quiet. You hear something drip in the dark, far away. You smell something pungent, yet clean and pleasant, like soap suds on laundry day. You are alone.
What the fuck?
Examine the pods.
Well, definitely.
Each pod, or coffin, or sarcophagus, holds a corpse. White foam overflows from their lids, leaking into channels in the floor, streaming into tubes inside the walls, whose pipes suck it somewhere to pump outside. Wait. Return upstairs.
Uh-huh.
The temple door. Step back outside. Tadpoles! One jumps into your body, swimming between your jelly organs as though it were a fish inside a bowl. Go for a walk. Shipwreck. Oh, and you finally melt.
Well. Next run.
Okay, we don't even need the mountain yet. Yeah, let's not worry about that map. Let's get the tadpole.
Yeah.
Let's go to the shipwreck. Let's get whatever he's got for us. Climb aboard, captain's cabin. Provide ink. Now that's what I call bursting with ink. Captain Bones takes the tadpole, which actually is rather bloated with some viscous internal fluid, now that you consider it, and places it snugly on his desk. Then he jabs it, and jabs it, and jabs it with his quill pen. So hard to get ink around here. So hard to get anything done. Not like my brother. He was a brigadier general. He could snap his fingers and the stars would align. I'm just the lowly captain, always living in his shadow. Except he's dead. Who's living in whose shadow now? Not me. I'm dead too. If you want to borrow my books, feel free. One good turn, etc. They belong to my brother. I can't make heads or tails of what he wrote. Captain Bones is still here, sitting at his desk. He's scribbling a star chart. scratching his skull as he plots little paths with a pen, which he jabs into a bloated tadpole whenever he needs to refill the nib with ink. Oh, what's this star chart? This is only the first half, explains Captain Bones. You'll have to figure out the second half on your own to learn the full pattern. Railway schedules might help.
Screenshotting that.
Cool. I'm going to trust you to screenshot.
Yar.
Bloated tadpole. Squish, squish. Okay, well, they're all gone. We could probably go to the hatch.
Yeah, and get a biscuit.
Only skeletal rodents remain in the hold, scampering over ancient barrels and nibbling ancient biscuits. Someone could chip a tooth on these. Take the hatch back to the deck, gangplank. Go for a walk.
All right.
Get the seashells. I think that's all we need. No, we need an eel. Great mermaid, jellied eel. Shell eel biscuit.
Nice. Okay.
Sugar from the mountains. Do we need another tadpole?
Think so. And I think we're going to melt if we want what? Frog Temple is 1, Shipwreck is 2, Cove is 3. Okay, we can go to mountains. Wait, no, 5 makes ticks the counter down, right?
We'll figure it out. All right, we got the sugar.
Cool. All right, let's try going to the holler, I guess.
And you finally melt.
Damn it. So I guess it's 5 inclusive of the jelly pits. Okay, so it's really 4.
Okay.
Let's so we're not going to be able to do it this run. Let's head back to the holler real quick so I can just take a look at what we actually need.
I have that up.
Oh, do you? Bless. Where is?
We have a shell, and ash, or ash, eel, and sugar.
Okay.
Magic.
Hey, look at that. Thank you. Okay. Well, I guess you want to try doing the route again? Or...
Or do you want to get some tails?
Were we looking at this backwards? Sorry, I'm still hung up on this map.
No, I totally agree that the map... There's some manipulation that needs to happen with that map. Maybe it's just flipping.
It's like... No, it looks fairly... Because you have the shipwreck, the picnic spot, and the hollow kind of arcing up to the left. So I think it corresponds. Just wider than it appears on the actual map. I'm not sure if that's there's a point to that or not. So it's either temple, cove, hill, mountains, jelly pits, or it's mountain, hill, cove, temple, jelly pits.
All right. Let's try the second one.
Okay.
So we have mountain. Climb a path. Get the sugar. So we have sugar.
Yep. Then mountain. Burnt Hill, I think.
Burnt Hill will get us ash.
Well, I don't think it's like even interacted with the environments themselves. I think it's you just have to trace that pattern on the map.
Okay.
I think. I mean, it's been a while since I played this game. I don't recall the specifics, but
Well, we need ash anyway. Let's do that. All
Why
right,
not?
we have ash.
caramel, yum.
Toss nothing. Go for a walk. So then to the cove?
If I'm reading this right.
Okay, we got a seashell, so we can at least get a medium tail. We can get an eel. So we have shell, eel, and ash. All right, so where to from there? The temple?
Yeah, and then back home.
Okay, so we have a tadpole. Yeah, all right. No? Okay. So go for a walk. We go back home from here?
I think so. And we're gonna melt, I imagine, but
Waves
something will
begin
happen?
to churn inside the jelly pits,
oh.
rushing faster, faster, as a chef might whisk batter, until a whirlpool swirls within the shimmering liquid. Behold, from deep beneath the pool out rises a black monolith. What ancient and forgotten metallurgic art is this? That sheen, pristine, polished to an immaculate degree, with one gigantic eyeball twitching at the top. You might admire it more, but you've stretched yourself rather thin. And you finally melt. Your jelly runs under the valley, pooling back towards the pits, a rise from your simmering sauce. From the liquid, a black monolith has emerged. Its pillar crackles with electric runes. The great eyeball, which sprouts from its top, emits a sudden laser beam that scans you where you stand. Sentience leak detected. Scanning routes. Calculating routes. Initial trajectory. Jelly pits to picnic spot to Marmalade Mountains. At Marmalade Mountains, further route information may be obtained. Inquire with your local route.
God, this game is so weird. I fucking love it. Okay, guess we gotta go to the picnic spot in the mountains.
Okay, picnic spot. A white and checkered blanket. So we need to have the picnic.
Mm-hmm.
We need everything. We need shell, eel, sugar, biscuit, tadpole, and ash.
That's still 5 moves, though, because we can get shell and eel is 1, sugar is 1, biscuit is 1.
Ash is 1, and we need to get rid of something to get that.
We could probably just pick up 2 shells, right?
No.
Ah, fuck. I wonder if there's a second thing we can get at the mountain.
Yeah, let's go to the mountains and see.
Wait, what? What's imprisoned where?
There's a crystalline figure imprisoned.
Can we look it?
There's nothing to lick.
Mm.
It's just kind of there.
Cool. That's not ominous at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we already got this one. Yeah, that's the Brigadier General. And that was cute, connecting it in. Having some kind of consistency is nice in this.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. And there wasn't anything new at the mountains for us to check out now that the monolith has arisen?
No, nothing new at the mountains.
Huh. Further route information may be required. Inquire with the local route. Interesting. Okay. What happens if we toss ourselves in the engine, or otherwise just wait to die, start fresh, and do excuse me, the temple first?
Okay.
Like trace the star the opposite direction.
Yeah, totally.
Sure. Do we need a tad? We don't need a tadpole for the.
We need a tadpole. We need one of everything.
Huh.
So you got the frog temple.
Mm-hmm.
We get a tadpole. That's all we can get here.
Yeah. Then hit the cove. Get a shell and an eel.
We haven't had a chat with her.
We should talk to her.
I know all about the Lonely Valley. It wasn't always this lonely. Do you have anything to discuss? A conversation starter would be nice. Oh, we did do this, but now we have things. What do you want to talk about?
Tadpole.
So, it's active again. That's the only way you'd catch a tadpole. It's not really a temple, or a mausoleum, despite what they used to announce on the train. It's more like a battery. He powered it with his own crew back in the day. He built it to channel the stars. He wanted to turn everything lowercase. That's how you imprison something that's too big otherwise. You simply shift the pattern until language becomes too small for it to fit.
All right, what about the shell?
Oh, yes, the oyster shells along the beach? What can I say? I was hungry. I've been waiting a long time to have a picnic, but I had to eat something in the meantime. As you can attest, you delicious morsel. And the eel we asked her about.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can head to the hills and maybe toss the tadpole in?
Okay. So we have the engine, toss tadpole. In the engine's heated pressure, legs sprout from the tadpole's body, flesh bubbling as it balloons into a grown frog that pops just like a balloon.
Feeling kind of bad about that.
Okay, toss nothing. What else do we need to get? We need to get sugar?
Mountains now. And then back to the jelly pits.
Climb a path. Sugar. That's still missing something. But whatever. Let's go to the jelly pits. Did someone just pull a chain to flush a cosmic toilet? You watch as the jelly begins to swirl again. Around and around with the black monolith sinking into the sauce. Its giant eyeball rolls. Its runes blink red and green till the whole thing's swallowed with a slurp and the pits simmer gently again. You're swallowed too, by the way, and you finally melt.
Uh-huh. All right, so much for my idea. I guess the idea is that you do these things in the sequence, you make the monolith appear or disappear. Doesn't seem to have much of an effect on the rest of the world. What if we go just gather our little stuff and get some tills?
Okay. So, ash, eel, and sugar gets us a long tail. So let's try for that. We get seashells. We get eels. Go for a walk. We can go to the mountains, get sugar. So, if we burn the shell, we can get a long tail. Do you want to try for that?
I need to get all three eventually.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a certainty. That's just like that seems logical that we would need all of them.
Yeah, totally. Mary Droll Teller. Oh, I forgot to get ash. Well, fine. Buy a short tail. Once upon a time, two people fell in love. Well, one wasn't really a person, and the other one was more like a fish. Anyway, it was summer love, down at the beach. You know the kind, doesn't last. There's always another season. In this case, the other season was a brigadier general. But the thing about seasons is they come back. What do you think? Feels like summer to me.
What?
Strong similar feelings there, JRM.
Okay. Eel and a sugar, we have nothing we can turn to ash. And we probably don't have time to go to the cove, get a shell, go back, turn it into ash, and go back to the hollow. If we go back to the jelly pits, can we just, like, restart?
I wonder. No.
Well. It's gonna kick us back to your next move anyway.
Yep, and you finally melt.
Okay. Cove. Eel and a shell. Go to the hills. Turn the eel to ash. Head to the hollow, get a medium tail.
Okay. So we got the eel and the shell. And you said go to the burnt hill, burn the eel.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to the hollow, get a medium tail.
Yeah, and then next run we'll do the same, except make a pit stop at the mountains and get some sugar.
Yep. Once upon a time, someone imprisoned someone else. I'm talking about a love triangle. One jealous suitor imprisoned another so that the jealous suitor could get the girl instead. But it didn't work out that way. Love never does. Besides, it wasn't even a girl, more like a fish. But I'm losing the thread here. What matters is that the imprisonment involved a ritual. If someone wanted to reverse that ritual, for kicks, let's say, they need a few things. Goblin fruit, definitely. Ash, absolutely. And a tadpole. Otherwise, nothing would happen. Does this story make sense? I'm trying, but it's a complicated state of affairs. A captain might be able to provide some clarity. After all, the jealous suitor I mentioned before, he was the captain's brother. So, goblin fruit. Do you want to go bother him and try and get some goblin fruit?
Definitely. At least see what he has to say for himself.
Climb aboard. There's the hatch. Let's get the biscuit. And his desk. What else is here? So waterlogged diary pages. And enough power when mapped accordingly to produce orthographic results. If my calculations are correct, then we can substitute a single character. It will be necessary to channel the channels. I never imagined my voyage would lead me to this. I never knew my smitten heart could ache.
I mean, aching is kind of what smitten hearts do.
Alright, what about crumpled notes? A natural principle inherent in the landscape, more like a weather system than an animal, although it possesses an animal's characteristics. Above all, it has a belly, and yet it cannot be starved. Other measures must be taken to reduce its influence, perhaps by reducing its size.
What?
Alright, we have tattered books. In this hemisphere, even with the naked eye, the monolith, the rooted twins, the seed of heaven, a keen observer might also spot, on a clear night, the celestial bodies whose arrangement has been known since late antiquity as the demon's fruit. Some ambiguity surrounds this translation. Rather than demon, we might equally well translate the name as maybe goblin?
Dun dun dun! Okay, so the monolith is at the jelly pits.
Yes.
What the hell is the twins and the seed of heaven?
I think they're different. I think the maps are those three things. Because there's 3 maps.
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, he said that the, what was it? The Trine? It's only half finished. The map that he gave us. The star chart.
Yes.
Don't
mind me as I drop this into our Discord so that we have something.
Merci?
That kind of looks like a ship to me.
Yeah. I can't see where you would connect it to make the full picture, though.
Yeah.
Railway schedules. Have we seen a railway schedule?
No.
Fuck.
Well, we've learned things.
Sure have. In the hills? Was it like a wrecked out car, like a junker? Or was it like a train?
Well, we melted. Alright, so we got what we needed out of the shipwreck. Do you want to get the other 2 maps again so that we can just throw them in Slack?
Yeah, I actually have. I have it. That is that, and then what the monolith told us was initial trajectory: jelly pits to picnic spot to Marmalade Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to make the monolith come up again.
All right.
Oh my god. Inquire with your local root. Did we try to talk to the ginger root?
Where's the ginger root again?
The crystallized guy. It says he's a crystalline ginger figure.
Well, let's go there.
After we have to make the monolith come up again. Which was, I think you're on the right track. Hang on. So that was what? Mountains to hill.
To Burnt Hill.
To Cove, to Temple, to home.
Okay. Temple. This is where we get tadpoles. We get shell, eel, sugar, and tadpole. And that's that run. Waves begin to churn inside the jelly pits. Okay, so we have the monolith.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. You wanted to go try to get the longtail, and I totally stepped on your quest. My apologies.
Oh, that's okay. Now that it's just hints, I'm not too concerned. Because we've got something here.
Yeah, so it said what, picnic spot in the mountains?
Yeah, but we've done that.
Yeah, but we didn't. Did we talk to the ginger? Did we try to talk to the crystalline figure?
No.
But I have a sinking feeling that local root is a pun.
Climb. Yeah, it says it can't budge an inch.
Okay, cool. We got some sugar. What's with the? There was something on the cherries in the first screen.
Red stars radiating just behind the peaks.
Oh, for God's sake. You know, the obtuseness is part of the thing I love about this game, but this be obtuse.
Yeah, it's definitely, as opposed to like the expressionist joy that was in Eat Me. This is definitely a very different game.
Okay, do we have enough room to go to the cove? Wait, so we tried picnic, the mountain, then cove. No, we're not gonna have enough time to get the eel and the ash, and then also hit the hollow. Well, that's friggin' annoying. What else can we do? I got nothing.
Well, let's ask about the sugar. Great Mermaid, let's have a chat. Discuss the sugar. I don't visit the mountains, too cold, but I do love sugar. Sugar cakes, sugar buns, sugar stones. You're a little sugary yourself. Even the stars, when they sparkle, look just like sugar crystals. Imagine that. Whole constellations spilled across the nighttime sky, like sugar on the kitchen countertop.
Helpful.
Yeah.
Do we have a minute to... Do you think we have time to try the hills? No, yeah, we said we wouldn't, but...
Well, let's find out. I mean... Yes, we do. For whatever reason. Shell, eel, is sugar. So what do we need to get rid of? We need to get rid of the shell.
Yeah. But we're not going to be able to go to the hollow.
Oh, right.
Did we try to toss ourselves?
Yes, we just die.
Oh, okay. Ah. All right, that's it. We're doing this shit.
Oh, it says initial trajectory. I mean, this is just like, and the reason why I wanted to do it is A, because it's food related.
Yeah.
But B, it is a very different kind of game. And I wanted to kind of showcase that, like, as an author, playing multiple different games is kind of the right call. But I was wondering if this is the answer to the other half of the path.
Oh, interesting.
So we go to the picnic spot, to the Marmalade Mountains. And then it doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah, that doesn't track with the map that we have because they both start at the jelly pits.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Maybe we should follow this one and see what happens?
Sure.
So, to the shipwreck, to the frog temple, to the picnic spot?
That seems like what it says to me.
To the shipwreck. Let's get what we can. We have ancient biscuits. Oh, well, this warning is outdated. An outdated warning should not be left hanging about. Should we rip it into shreds, crumple it into a ball and throw it away, crumple it into a ball and eat it?
Oh, fuck. I mean, eat it seems like the obvious choice, right?
How very satisfying. Huh. All right. Well, we ate it.
Cool.
So then this is saying go to the frog temple.
Yeah.
Get the tadpoles. Is there anything else here?
I know of. Did we try to study the glyphs?
Studying the what?
The glyphs in the previous screen?
Yes,
Look.
that's that one.
Right, of course. Okay. Temple and then picnic spot, I guess. I can't think of anything else to do here.
Okay. Picnic spot.
Well.
Yeah, we do need
Jelly-
the tadpole.
It would be more convenient if we could just drop things, you know?
Would it? The only guess I have is going to the burnt hill now. And then returning to the pits. The only other thing... So the two things that would make sense would be going to the hollow or the burnt hill. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I guess either of those would work. I'm really stumped here.
All right. Let's go to the hollow. We don't have anything that we need. That's fine. And then back to the jelly pits. No dice. Okay. So... Huh.
Did we ever get that longtail?
No, we didn't. Where would we get that?
We would go back to the storyteller with what?
Oh, right.
Ash,
Long
eel, and
tail.
sugar.
Right. Yeah, let's do that. So we got the seashell for the ash, the eel. We go up to the mountains. Climb, get the snowflake. And then that's in the hollow, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nuts.
Oh, you're shitting me. All right, well, can we make it to the...
We'll try.
3... yeah, no, it's going to kick us out.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that again.
Ah!
So then to the burnt hall. Where we toss the shell. Then we go to the hollow. Once upon a time, two brothers opened their eyes underground. They were buried, you see. Buried deep down beneath the valley. There are strange things beneath the valley. Roots and other things that might or might not start with R. It matters what things start with. Just one letter can make a difference. But what matters most are the channels. When the brothers opened their eyes, they wanted to go for a walk. Who wouldn't? They broke the ground. They left the earth. There was, however, one problem. They were still bound to the valley. By the way, don't get the wrong idea. These brothers weren't zombies or anything. That's a different droll for someone else to tell. They were just two vagabonds. So they walked from the jelly pits to the burnt hill to the covert cove to the gossamer hollow where we're standing here, back to the burnt hill again, and finally to the mountains.
Okay.
Are you following? That's a channel. When they finished the circuit, one brother could keep walking and the other couldn't. Maybe you should just try it for yourself. Go ahead. You're ready. I believe in you.
Cool.
Yeah, we can go anywhere at this point.
Let's
Okay.
go back to the jelly pits, I guess.
So we start at the jelly pits.
Uh-huh.
To the covert cove.
No, to the hill, to the hill.
To the burnt hill. There's nothing there. Okay. To the Covert Cove. And while we're here, get the seashells, get the eels. To the Gossamer Hollow, where we're standing here. We don't need any of that.
Back to the hills.
Back to the hills. And then finally to the mountains. You hear a crack high in the mountaintops, such as a mirror would make when it breaks, or an avalanche when it begins to topple. Nothing else happens. You lift a hand to shield your eyes against the sun and squint. What is that little silhouette moving between the snow-capped peaks? Is it waving at you? Hard to say. Perhaps you ought to take a closer look. Well, let's climb the path.
Sure.
There's a merry ginger root man. His arms and legs are ginger roots. His body is a ginger root. His beard is a gnarled ginger root, growing down to his waist. It's good to move again. I've been frozen for I don't know how long. Inquire about his circumstance. You've probably met my brother. Wouldn't know he's a root. Always hides under his fancy clothes. Since I can move now, he must be frozen. It's this valley, how the channels work. For example, there's another network running down the coast. From here to the shipwreck, to the Mermaid's Cove, to the picnic spot.
The end, I don't know how it starts. Here? Wait.
But that's only the end. I don't know how it starts. We can ask about his brother or networks.
Yeah, both, please.
Did he tell you the tale? How we opened our eyes? Things changed in the Lonely Valley after the Brigadier General came to town. But that was a long time ago. My brother is sympathetic, because we wouldn't have opened our eyes otherwise. But my brother's a bit of a toff, too. I'm talking to you for free, but he makes you pay, doesn't he? Yeah, thought so.
Is his brother the zombie captain, or is his brother the tale teller?
The tale teller, because the zombie captain's brother is the Brigadier General.
Oh, so there are 4 brothers total. Interesting. Okay.
Roots and roots. Same thing in the Lonely Valley. Spelling matters. Capitalization matters, too. How do you knock someone down? Knock their capitals down. But it's not just down, it's also up. Don't ask me to explain it. It's merely a merry ginger root man. Alright. It wasn't always called the Lonely Valley. That's what we started calling it after the summer dance. Then autumn came, then winter, now it's spring. Soon it'll be summer again. I'm talking metaphorically, of course. The weather's always perfect here. Warm when it's supposed to be warm, cold when it's supposed to be cold. In these mountains, it's supposed to be cold.
Okay.
Interesting.
That works? Did we try that one?
Yeah, that was the roots and roots thing.
Right. Sugar snowflakes. I grab some sugar, I suppose, as long as we're here.
Yeah. You cannot take another step. You're drawn sideways like a bowling ball into a gutter, into the channels we've tracked across the valley. and you finally melt.
Hmm.
Thoughts? Suggestions?
I guess we could try that route. Like, so jelly pits to mountains, mountains to shipwreck, to cove to picnic spot. Would that do something?
Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Shoot, there's probably another step that we have to take first. So from jelly pits to somewhere, to mountains, to shipwreck, to cove, to picnic spot. But, well, we'll give it a shot, I suppose. All right, so we're at the mountains, the shipwreck. Maybe try checking with the mermaid while we're at the cove. She might have something else to say now.
Yeah. Yeah, Captain Bones is fine.
Hmm.
Okay, and then it was to Cove.
Yes. Then to the picnic spot.
What are we missing? We're missing Ash and the tadpole. Shell, eel, sugar, biscuit, tadpole, Ash. So let me pull that up one last time.
Thank you. So that translates to cove, mountains, shipwreck, temple, hills, picnic spot. That's too many places. It's not going to let us do that. Cove, mountains, shipwreck, tadpole, hills, picnic spot.
What's the one thing on that list we haven't had before?
I think they've had all of them, right? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm so intrigued by this. I do want to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm going to be entirely honest here. My brain is feeling a little wrung out, and we've been at this for a while. Let's maybe pick this one up next week.
Yeah, no, this might be one to work through for a while.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be staring at this for a while, I feel like.
Yeah, totally. No, I think I really just wanted to show off a different take on Chandler Groover's kind of twisted mind.
Oh no. I don't want to show this off. I'm solving this motherfucker. Just not right now.
But yeah. I think this was a really interesting like B-side to what was going on. And I mean, hey, ASCII art.
Yeah, it feels like a dream, like in the most realistic way of that, right? We're like, as parodied by your friend and mine, Ryan Veeder, a lot of IFs that are set in sort of dreams tend to fall on the like, whoa, isn't it trippy, man? Or like, there are no rules, so it's just dream logic, do whatever. This has an extremely cogent set of rules behind it, and definitely some kind of backstory that we don't understand. And it's being very pleasingly, sort of parceled out to us. I really want to know what's happening. See, this is why I need to learn Twine.
We have a bunch of screenshots.
I need to learn Twine so I can just go dig around the source code of this. Oh, it's probably really complicated on the back end, huh?
No. It's probably pretty straightforward from what I've heard from people that I know who write in Twine.
I meant this game in particular, not Twine in general, but okay, well.
Probably just a lot of if statements.
Maybe that's something we can take a look at next week. But I am afraid that I must bid you all adieu.
No, that sounds like a really good plan.
I wish I was not, though, frankly, because now I've got my teeth in this thing again, and now for the third time, I'm like, fuck this game. What's going on with this game? I'll play this game. Not fuck this game. I actually love this game. But anyway, on that note.
No. Yeah, let's go find someone to bother.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you, JRAM. Thank you for putting up with such bizarre things coming out of my mouth.
We've deepened our friendship here tonight, honey.
And yeah, thanks as always for showing me more weird shit.
Bless. Thank you for appreciating it. And thanks, Chandler Groover, for having the brain that you do.
We're gonna head over to Sonnenfeld. He's playing some weird DOS games. But yeah, we will be around for Friday with either something new or the X-Files, depending on who can be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday, oh my gosh, can I please finish this game on Monday? I think I can.
I think you can too.
And that means that next Tuesday is more text adventures. No plan. No thoughts. Head empty. Turn to ash. Am just jelly. But yeah. We will be back then, and then who knows? I don't plan very far. But I'm really, really excited if I do actually beat the game of creating a game. We will be doing Katie and Meow Meow Land.
Oh yes.
The following Monday. So I'm very excited to finish so that we can do new things. But yeah, thanks for everyone who came out. Thank you for the follow, Lord Yama. Thank you for always being here with some great ideas, Roger. And we'll see you next time. Toodles. Oops, there's 10 more seconds.
Wow. Hello, my baby. Hello, my Danny.